If they don't suck, why can't I see them?
He's having a hard time printing, that's all. Pulling up the numbers and printing.
The ratings came in Monday. I didn't know about it till today.
They haven't been here all week. Well, Gavin hasn't been here all week. He's just got bathing from the Bahamas today. He was having a hard time bringing him up for some reason.
Well, I could understand where he came from. They probably dreaded ratings days. And maybe that's why he's not good at pulling the numbers up. But I'd like to see them. Did he tell you what they were?
Yes. He just said the number to 25 to 54 adults are number one, and that number's up. That's all he could tell me. Up to a 5.9 from a 5.3 or something.
So we increased our lead.
Yes. And adults 25-54 years of age.
Well, that's all we care about.
Yeah.
Which means our adults 18-34 are probably up too. Mm-hmm. So still number one.
Yes.
Why is it you don't sound convincing?
I'm totally convincing. That's the number he showed me, but he's having a hard time printing them. Until I can hand them to you in print, I don't feel, quoting him, you're not going to believe me. So I'd like to have him in print, and we will in just a moment. I just stopped Lee in the hall and say, can you make sure Gavin prints those and gets them to us? Okay.
How's his skin taste?
Yeah, they're fine. They're all in tow.
Did you get my MIDI file?
What?
I'm just working on another song.
No more for Lee.
What?
No more skin tag songs, please.
This one didn't come out too good.
Oh.
So I don't think I'm going to finish it. Fleshy things, they don't do nothing, they can't sing. Keep them hidden in my crack, you see. The pork with no beans got skin tag oogies. Trick or treat. Found some more under my left feet. Paint them black as a fix. Pass them off as ticks, skin tag. Thank you.
That's very nice.
That's where I left off. Work on it later.
Good one.
Well, I certainly see how we're still number one.
Yes.
All right. Let's see. Got anything else going on before?
Just a big stupid-ass Michael Jackson drama today. My God, you'd think. I mean, we got President Bush over in Britain. People are pulling over statues, and 10,000 people are protesting.
Yeah, but Mike's crazy weenie.
The whole day. They have helicopters. This is so sad. CNN, major news headquarters, division. They have helicopters doing nothing but hovering for hours, covering the airport where they think his
They
plane.
wanted to see him go into custody.
Yeah.
Be taken into custody.
For 20 minutes, they followed a Learjet with doors open. Just businessmen get out.
Oh, the wrong one?
Yeah.
Hey, Dan, see if you can get Tim Powers. Because I know he's following this crap.
The mini disc in the top machine over there was the press conference held by the lawyer just a couple of minutes ago on CNN. It was very brief.
I just wonder how this goes, because now the way the law is in California, the accuser doesn't have to testify.
Correct.
And so without any real evidence, how could you get convicted?
No idea. It's going to be interesting to watch this play out.
The authority to say on his behalf these charges are categorically untrue. He looks forward to getting into a courtroom as opposed to any other forum and confronting these accusations head on. We plan on doing that and I'm not going to take any other questions and answers. I will say, however, that he has already, for your information at least, he's already posted the bond and he's processed out. Thank you very much.
Is he in the tub?
No, it's not. He's at a podium outside the jail. And that just happened a couple of minutes ago. CNN also had, who was it? Was it Tito? Jermaine Jackson. They had one of the brothers on. And
is that the one with one nut or three?
No, it's Tito. Jermaine's the older brother, the oldest.
Does one of them have three or only one?
Tito has one.
All right. I knew one of them had a problem with his balls.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
He got on CNN and they were interviewing him and he dropped the F-bomb.
Really?
Yeah. We're just effing tired of this. Da-da-da-da.
Did you get it?
No. Wasn't recording at that particular second.
You guys should leave tape running on CNN all the time.
All the time.
Just stick a 8-hour. Do we have a VCR in there?
Yes.
Stick it on EP. Stick one tape in when you get in here and just let it run.
Let it roll.
What did CNN say?
Nothing at all. Until a few moments later when the lady reacted, she goes, well, obviously the family is very upset. It's clear.
That does not what she said when they went to break.
No.
Here's what I bet she said. That's what I bet.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have said it, and I don't condone it, but I bet that's what she said as soon as they went to break.
Could be.
I bet she said. That's what I bet.
No, I don't think so. It wouldn't be a CNN type response. But yeah, he dropped the F-bomb.
You don't know what the two N's stand for.
No, you're right. I don't.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. All right. I want to see the ratings.
Okay.
I've had this weird feeling for like the last 6 weeks.
Why?
I don't know. It's just, I have no idea.
Okay.
It's been bad enough to where I was looking into other things under other job opportunities.
You were not.
I swear to Jesus.
You were not looking for other job opportunities.
Why do you think I bought that camera?
The great big brand new camera you got?
Right.
So we could videotape the stuff we do up here.
That and just getting ready.
For what?
I don't know. I've just had this gut feeling.
What are you going to do? Start your own TV production company? Go out and do...
We got enough stuff.
Yeah.
With this broadcast camera that I bought.
Right.
Plus the one that you've got.
Yes.
The Steadicam. We got enough stuff to go back and shoot the TV show like we used to when we're on Channel 33.
You remember the paychecks that went along with that TV show?
I don't think I'd enjoy that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we got crap money.
Yeah, but we had no television experience. We walked in with a pilot that we shot on cable company equipment for $200, and that included the clothes and the tape stock.
And they laughed at us at the cable company. It was the Access, I can't even think of the cable company at the time. Whatever was big in Dallas in the late 80s.
Yeah.
No, wasn't Store. Doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
But it was the community access out at Eastfield College. They laughed at us.
Oh, sure.
Hey, we'd like to produce a TV show here. You can run it on cable until we get it picked up. If we could just use your equipment. They laughed and went, okay.
Sure, little boys. Go ahead, play.
We shot it. We should dig that demo up. Do you have it anymore?
Oh, yeah. Still got it. We got what do we call that? Horizontal hold.
Yeah.
Was the title.
And if JD's in the shot, I'm holding the camera and vice versa. And if we're both in the shot, tripod.
It's locked down.
Got it edited. Met the guys over at Fox. They went, all right, we'll give you 13 weeks. I'll bet 14 years later, they're still sitting there with their mouths open over at the cable company. It's like, huh?
They did what? Well, we sort of thought the same thing. We went in for our big meeting, and they came out and went, yeah, we'll give you a shot. We walked out the parking lot and went, crap, now what?
Yeah. I wonder if they could just run that one for 13 weeks.
Now we got to do it.
Anyway, so that's why I got the camera.
Because you're going to go back into television production.
I like to have some kind of backup because you never know when the ratings are going to crap. And I just had the doom thingy that you had going on last week. I've had it for the past couple of months and I haven't been able to shake it. That's why I want to see the ratings.
Okay. This next break.
But he said still number one.
He said still number one and up in that demographic.
Well, that demographic is almost all of them.
Yeah.
If you're number one, 25.54. There's a good shot. You're number one, 18.34.
The numbers are up.
Was that the rolling average or just for
that was for the month, a single month?
Okay. Well, we're still up there.
Mm-hmm. All is well. It's fine. You're not going to have to go into television production. That's hard business to make money on local TV. You can't charge enough for commercials to make it worthwhile.
What do you mean, to shoot them?
Yeah. We just can't charge enough on TV. Oh, yeah.
These better be, he better have had them right. Some people knock.
Thank you, Gavin.
Hey, Gavin, get me something to eat, would you? What is this? Person's 12 plus. Monday through Sunday, 6 a.m. to midnight. I don't believe I care about the rest of the station.
No, he just brought you everything.
Let me look and see where the whole station is. Not on the first page. Because they put them on here in order of shares, ranking.
This includes the whole station all the way through the weekends, too, though, right?
Yeah. I can't find it. And I don't care enough to look for it. I'm in 18 plus, 6 to midnight. I don't want that. Oh, here's mornings. You want to hear mornings really quick?
Sure.
12 plus mornings. This is everybody. Let's see who's number one. KKDA. Those are color colors. Craddock's number 2. The Wolf's number 3. WBAP is number 4. K-Love is number 5. KSCS is number 6. KSCS, Dorsey's not that far behind the Wolf.
No. Used to be the other way around.
What, that he was way ahead?
Oh, yeah. My gosh, he used to have that station at one point was having 10 and 12 shares in the morning.
Wow, how about that Eagle Morning Show? 24th place. And that's down from 21st place.
I see.
They're getting beat by WRR. The Eagle Morning Show is getting beat by the city-owned radio station.
Classical.
Let's see. All right. He brought everything. I don't want everything. I just want us. Next time, have him pre-fold these.
Okay.
So I can get to them quicker. Yeah, we're about where we were last time. Overall, person's 12 plus. But this is the rolling average, right? August, September, October.
That's what's listed. That's the average.
All right. Tell him I want October only. And I want a salad. Men 18 plus. Up. You ready for news?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All is well.
Good. Safe for another month. Don't have to go back into TV.
I still want to do some stuff with the camera. Does he print me October only? Just nod or shake. That's a yes. All right. Let's see. Time spent listening. Number 1. These are certainly the numbers of a fabulous show. I'd like to hear it. What is this? Oh, 7 to midnight. I'm just going to look. I'm not going to say anything.
Okay, thank you.
I'll just put it this way.
What?
There are 4 pages here.
Right.
The better your ratings are, the closer to the front page you are.
Correct.
Here we go.
All righty.
I will now look for...
KLLI.
Yes.
Aren't that many pages?
Oh. They're doing all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All is well.
All right, dandy.
Feel better.
Yeah, because on the rolling average, if we were up for August, September, October, and we had which month did we have another one of those anomalies? Was it August?
I'm going to say August.
Or September? Which month? Was it August? It was that crap month?
Mm-hmm.
Those things are a pisser every single time because you never know where they're going to come from, and it's just an anomaly in the ratings methodology, the way they figure it.
Correct.
And you always know it's going to rebound.
Everybody gets them. Sometimes they go up. Sometimes you get a weird spike up, and sometimes you get a weird spike down.
Yeah. Yeah, we went up one time to like a 15 or 16 share. That's an anomaly. Even I knew that wasn't going to stick. We didn't drop much, but that was too much of a jump. I still took the bonus check.
Yes. And we all lost the bonus check last December when it went the other way.
Yeah, it's true. It's a GD screw job.
It was. Cost a lot of money.
All right. Ready to go with news?
Yep.
All right, 3:31. J.D. Ryan is on Live 105.3.
Thank you, Russ. Brought to you by Expedia.com and by Miller Lite.
Expedia.com, making it easy to find the trip you're looking for. Expedia.com. Don't just travel, travel right. This hour of the Russ Martin Show is brought to you in part by Miller Lite.
And by the grand opening of the new Car Toys in Southlake. I'll be up there enjoying it Saturday from 2 until 4. That's on East Southlake Boulevard. Car Toys having super sales on all the car audios and their phone stuff. I'll have some things to give away. Thursday, November the 20th, 2003. Bo Derek is 47 today. Joe Walsh, is 56. Bob Super Dave Osborne is his name, 63. Dick Smothers is 64, and Richard Dawson, 71. Handcuffed Michael Jackson.
You know what? That name's never dawned on me before until you just now said it.
Which one?
Dick Smothers. Because you always hear Tom and Dick Smothers.
Right. Never heard about him, yes.
Go ahead.
Okay. Handcuffed Michael Jackson, speaking of that. Handcuffed Michael Jackson was walked into the Sheriff's Department in Santa Barbara. The Sheriff's Department spokesman said Jackson was taken into custody shortly after noon. A jet leasing company said the pop star left Vegas late in the morning. Jackson's lawyer said earlier that he had negotiated with authorities for the pop star to surrender and face arrest, warrant alleging multiple counts of child molestation. Crowds of reporters and camera crews all waiting at the county jails, area airports, and everywhere else. An affidavit that will provide details into the accusations has been sealed for 45 days while authorities conduct their investigation.
Hold on. Did you get a hold of Tim?
I did, but he was in court. He'll give us a call as soon as he's out.
What's he doing?
Apparently he was in the middle of something, but he actually answered his cell phone.
I thought they'd get in trouble for that.
That's what I thought, but he was kind of whispering. I guess he wasn't directly...
Maybe he was on a stand.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to talk loud?
No.
All right, go ahead.
Got number 3 up there in the audio. Santa Barbara County District Attorney Thomas Snedden was asked what the possible penalties would be for Mr. Jackson.
He's given me the authority to say on his behalf these charges are categorical.
I'm sorry, it was the other one.
I didn't know you had 2 discs.
I know that other thing just happened, so I had to throw it on a different disc.
Saw Jennifer Love Hewitt today.
Yes, how'd that go? Saw some of the video. Yeah, your camera takes beautiful pictures.
They look all right. I haven't seen the video.
Great color. Very, very crisp.
You don't think we could do some production stuff?
When would you do it? You work on the show 12 hours a day when you're not sleeping and drinking. When would you possibly do it? You know how long television production takes.
I'll think of something.
Takes an hour for every minute you watch on TV, minimum.
We literally, if we had the time, we could go back and do this TV show again with the equipment we have. We don't even need a TV station. Just stick it on the web, stream it.
You're right.
So the first video, one of the first videos we stuck on of rolling a house was Cubans. How many hits we said we got that one day?
400,000.
Yeah, a little over 400,000.
Incredible.
That's not 400,000 people, but that was still 400,000 views.
That's quite a bit more than many UHF stations get. Small,
It's more than a lot of VHF stations.
That's true, too.
Just an idea. Yes, a thought.
Okay.
What am I playing?
This is the,
In this particular case, the triad is 3 years, 6 years, and 8 years. So the minimum would be 3. The maximum would be 8 for the single count. We are filing multiple counts. So potentially, if we get to the point where there is a conviction and a sentencing, the judge would have the discretion at that point to give multiple consecutive sentences.
I don't get how you can be convicted without physical evidence, because obviously if this kid, well, I've heard it was somebody's 12.
12 years old, yeah.
Okay, but they haven't said boy, girl, right?
Not yet.
We just assumed it's a boy. And without physical evidence, they're going to have to go on the word of the kid.
Absolutely.
And obviously the thing in the kid's favor is, why would a 12-year-old lie?
What's his motivation other than the obvious? You can say money, putting money for the family or whatever. If they were having a hard time, Michael apparently bought them a Ford Bronco at one point to facilitate bringing the boy back and forth to the ranch.
Really?
Yes.
So he's already given his family stuff before.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
His family's been around. The story goes, Fox News is saying they've got allegations yesterday about the 12-year-old victim. Starters, the boy, supposedly a cancer patient whose last wish at a time when his condition seemed getting bad was just to meet Michael Jackson. And Michael reportedly paid the family's medical bills, assisted them with their finances, and bought them a car. And when the boy's condition improved, Michael brought him to the ranch where Michael allegedly abused him. Apparently gave him, they say, now this is Fox News saying, they gave him wine and sleeping pills. Michael did. Before he abused him. I don't know where they got that information. I don't know where
now they're saying they drugged this kid, that Michael Jackson drugged this kid to do whatever.
I know where they could possibly get that information, but that's what they're reporting.
Well, that's pretty damning. They better have a pretty good source.
Yes, they should.
All right, go ahead.
Cut number 4 is Santa Barbara County District Attorney again, reacting to the fact that Jackson's charged, that he was charged, they were all trumped up just to scuttle the launch of his new CD.
Jackson himself, I believe, has said that this was all done to try to ruin his new CD that was coming out or whatever it is he's doing. Like the sheriff and I really are into that kind of music. But
you know what? That's even for me. It's a rotten time to throw out some kind of
jab.
Yeah. Talking about a kid supposedly was violated, and he's deciding that's going to be the time to do a little stand-up.
I agree.
All right.
Record producer Phil Spector charged today with murder in the shooting death of a woman at his home last February. Expected to be arraigned this afternoon in the slaying of 40-year-old Lana Clarkson, a movie actress and a model found dead in his mansion. Tens of thousands of demonstrators marched.
Hold on a second. Somebody sent an email, wants to know if Russell Johnson's wife is okay. Were they in the news?
Didn't she go to Istanbul to pick up perfume?
The oil. What about it?
They had a major explosion. I mean, a terrorist act in Istanbul today. I mean, it's like 380 people were hurt and 27 were killed.
Really?
And it was in the downtown market.
Hey, Dan, you on it? Yeah, get Russell Johnson on the phone. Go ahead.
Okay. Tens of thousands of demonstrators marched through the heart of London today, toppling a 17-foot papier-mâché statue of President Bush to show their anger for the Iraqi war and Prime Minister Tony Blair's support of it. As Bush and Blair vowed not to flinch or give way or concede 1 inch to terrorism in the wake of the deadly bombings against British targets in Turkey. Many in the crowd said Thursday's bombing in Istanbul, which killed more than 24 people, strengthened their resolve to oppose U.S.-British policy in Iraq. Air Force fighter jets scrambled at the White House today briefly. The White House was evacuated for a while after they saw something on radar. It turned out to be nothing there. Once the jets got up, they say it could have been birds or possibly disturbances in the atmosphere. But they sent a jet up anyway.
I got a question. Why do they call sending jets out? Why do they call it scrambling?
Because you're in a hurry.
Okay.
Like you're scrambling to go do something.
All right, good.
Okay.
Just doesn't sound like a very effective use of the word.
Yes. Scrambling eggs or something.
All right, good.
Terrence Buford of Oklahoma City plowed his car into a movie theater yesterday. They began punching people around, demanding them to bow down before him because he was, in fact, Jesus Christ. And after his violent outburst, Jesus, or Terrence, as you may call him, demanded to know where the new Tupac movie was playing. Before he could see it, he was arrested on assault and battery charges. Monica, what?
All right, hang on. Is that Russell?
No, it's Connie.
Oh, hi, Connie.
Hi, dear.
Well,
Russell's not here, sweetie.
I guess you just answered the question. I thought you were supposed to be in Istanbul.
I'm home early.
When did you get back?
I got back the day before yesterday.
All right.
I shortened my visit. I was advised very lovingly, and I tell you, I was treated beautifully, and people were disappointed that I was going to leave, but it was very. I kissed the ground. I kissed the ground.
Were you anywhere while you were shopping? Were you anywhere near where the bombings happened?
No, I heard all the sirens, and when I asked the Turkish, I said, "What happened?" I could see on television. Everything is Turkish television, and he said, "Oh, there was a gas explosion." They wouldn't tell me what happened right away. It was a few hours later that I found out there was a Fulbright scholar in the hotel I was staying at, and they said, "You know, we come here all the time, and we love it, but we are leaving right away, and we suggest you do the same thing." They really had a feeling. They really had a feeling that things were in upheaval. Listen, the people there were lovely to me. I was there during Ramadan. All I know is that I'm very, very glad to be home, and I'm so deeply sorry that happened. You know what has happened. I was at the shopping center that blew up.
I just want to know if she's okay.
She's fine.
The weather changed, and I didn't have a warm enough coat, and I went to my guide took me to this beautiful.
Get Kevin McCarthy on the phone too.
What blew up this morning.
I'd like it from both sides, please.
So I'm not sorry for my experience there. I'm just so sorry for all the tragedy.
I don't understand why you had to go over there to get your skunk oil or whatever it was you were going after.
It's the best oil in the world.
Well, why couldn't they just ship it to...
And I still haven't got it. I was supposed to pick it up on Monday.
Why can't they just ship it to you?
They will ship it to me. But I wanted to meet the people there that make this extraordinary oil.
And that's the only place on the planet you can get this stuff for the perfume you make.
This particular oil.
All right.
This particular oil, and for me it was exquisite, and it took me 10 years to find him, and and I still may not get it. I don't know. I told him, I said he was very hurt. I was going to meet Monday and get the oil, and I said, I'm sorry, I'm going home.
Obviously, best that you did.
My husband wants me home.
Yeah. Hey, did Russell get his bottle of wine?
My darling, I want that. We tried to call you on your hotline, but we don't have that number to tell you. That was such a joy. I don't drink wine. It's the best Chateau Latour in the world. I thank you.
It was very expensive.
Delicious.
Make sure, was the price tag still on it?
No, it wasn't.
I told him to leave that on.
Oh, that was a $99 bottle.
How did he? Oh, so they did leave the price tag on it. How would he know how much it costs?
I know.
Good.
A lot.
At least you knew.
Oh, but
when did it come?
Thank you, J.D. and Russell. It was so dear.
Quite welcome.
And
hold on a second, Connie. Hold on a second. Connie, hold on a second. Connie, hold on. How does she know that? Why is she thanking you?
Because my name was on the card.
I told you to take your name off the... Connie, shush. I told you to take the name off the card and say it was from me.
I did all the work. It was from my family's wine store.
You offered. I didn't ask you. You offered, and I said, okay. And then you got to glom and stick your name on there?
We could split it.
I didn't want to split it. It was supposed to be from me.
Well, good. Then give me all the $100.
I'm giving you nothing. Hey, Connie, when did it come?
It arrived yesterday, and Russell didn't get home till...
Why did it take so long?
Oh, I sent it ground.
Oh, that UPS or
On top of it or under it? Why did it take a week to get there?
I sent it on the ground, by ground shipment. That's how long it takes.
Cheap ass.
Well,
I said send it overnight.
Oh, I'm sorry. I sent some.
It was
Tight ass.
heaven. It was heaven. And Russell wanted to talk to you to tell you how much we enjoyed it. It was really exquisite, I tell you.
Well, make sure he understands it was just from me.
It was not.
Shut up.
Oh, I'm so glad you guys called today.
Well, we just want to make sure that you were okay. Where's Russell right now?
He's out running errands. Would you like to talk to him when he gets home?
Sure. If let me put you on hold, and Dan will give you the hotline number.
Okay. Nice to talk to you,
Okay.
Judy and Russell.
Thank you, Connie.
I love you. Bye.
Love you too. Hold on.
I'm not glomming. I did all the work.
You offered.
Well, so, and she got a lovely bottle of wine. It probably would have been more expensive if we'd have bought it here.
So?
Well,
glommer.
I don't see how that's glomming.
It is. I said I don't want it to be from you. It was supposed to be from me.
Well, it's from both of us. You haven't paid. Excuse me, by the way. You're bitching that it took a week to get there. Where's my cash? You haven't paid me a dime. I paid for all of it at this point, including the handling, including the wrapping.
I don't think I'll be giving you anything now since you stuck your name on there.
Well, good. I'll make sure that he knows that I paid for it all.
He's not going to believe you.
Yes, he will.
Mm-mm.
What?
How did you ship it there? Ground with what company?
Do you want to say?
Do they have cars?
Yeah.
Why did it take a week?
It was just UPS ground. That's how long it takes to get from Virginia to where they live.
Did you insure the bottle?
Yes, of course. $100 bottle of wine, yes.
How did he know it was $100?
I have no idea. Oh, you told me to put that on the card.
Did you really?
Yes. I said, enjoy your $100 bottle of wine, you old F.
Oh, perfect. Okay, good. All right. I'll give you the cash then.
But she pronounced it correctly. They obviously know good wine, so they would have known it anyway.
What was the wine?
They would have been, she pronounced it. I don't even know. I just called my sister and I said, I want a really, really nice bottle of wine. I don't even know what it was. I buy $100 bottles of wine.
What if they still get drunk and screw?
She says she doesn't drink wine that much. I'm sure she tasted some, which means he drank the whole bottle himself. Because you don't want to waste that good wine.
And you have to drink it pretty quick?
Yeah, it's red wine. You need to knock it back in the first 24 hours or so.
You can't stick one of those
no
thingies in it?
You can, but it's
like you use on a bottle of Coke?
No. They have them that little pumps, you can pump the air out of them.
Yeah.
They stay a little bit longer that way, but not much.
Why is it, and I'm not saying this to be gauche, why is it they just don't put twist tops on all bottles of wine? So obviously you can go back and seal it instead of trying to cram that cork back in it.
It's just history.
But obviously it would hold better with a twist on top.
I don't know. I think so. I don't know for sure. I don't know that much about it.
Okay. Can you really taste from a $12 bottle of wine to $100? Taste the difference?
Absolutely.
What's the difference?
Absolutely. It's just the body of it, the bouquet, as it were, the way the finish on your tongue, the way it stays in your mouth, whether it's dry or whether it doesn't leave any kind of bitterness on your tongue at all. And cheap wine does.
If I bought 2 bottles of wine, I'll pay for a $100 bottle of wine and then a $12 bottle of wine. If you can't tell the difference, can I punch you in the eye sockets?
No, because my taste buds may not be that good with wine. No.
All right. Just thought I'd ask.
You buy a $100 bottle of wine, I'll let you do something to me, though, but not punch you in the eye sockets.
That's what I wanted.
I'd love to taste that, whatever that was. I'm sure it's very good. Anytime I go to my brother's, my brother-in-law and my sister's house, every night dinners.
Is that the sister you slept with?
Stop it. I didn't sleep with any of my sisters, and watch it. I love my sister. Don't do that. But they always open great bottles of wine and champagne. We had a $300 bottle of champagne last time I was there.
You get her drunk?
It was incredible. Wait, what's wrong with your eye?
It's still twitchy.
It's not twitchy. You're winking.
Leave me and my afflictions alone. Okay. Don't say nothing about your head. Go ahead.
Okay, let's see here.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Yeah, Robert?
There was an article in the Star-Telegram 2 or 3 weeks ago in the food section saying that screw caps are making an inroad into the finer wines because technology finally caught up with it enough to allow it to keep the wine fresher longer. and corks let air through. So consequently, it what's the word I'm looking for, JD?
Seals it?
No, it doesn't seal it as good.
A cork doesn't, no.
Yeah.
Well, a cork is porous, so obviously it's going to let...
Well, once you've opened a bottle of wine, nobody really sticks a cork back in unless you're going to...
I do.
Right.
You don't have... Well, you're supposed to get little seal tops, but they really don't have. Once you've opened a bottle of wine, it starts to go back.
Yeah, I know. At...
Screwdriver not.
Three Forks. I know that they've got wine, and if it's not gone in, I think they said 18 hours, something like that, they chunked the bottle. It might not even be that long. Might be the end of the night.
The technology is finally catching up with the bottles so that you can put screw caps on there and it will stay fresher longer.
See?
True wine snobs won't like that.
That'll make any difference.
But you're right.
Again, it goes back to the thing of history, but it's just that the technology is finally catching up with it now.
See, so the Mogan Davids knew.
No, it's not.
Yes, they did.
That box of wine.
See? And that makes, thanks, Robert, that makes sense. Just a box of wine, it seems like that would keep forever.
It does keep longer, but it's cheaper. It's cheaper wine.
Why couldn't they put really nice wine in a box?
They could. It goes back to just snobbery. Wine people are snobs for the most part. Really fun.
So it's okay to let the $100 bottle of wine go bad. That would almost be an insult to the winery.
You would think, but they're never going to take it out of the bottles, and probably not, the really high end wines will never stop doing the cork.
All right, fine. Go ahead.
Monica Lewinsky can't get a date or a man in an interview with GQ magazine.
Is that something in the news?
Yes. GQ magazine.
All right.
She says she dates a little, but the relationships don't last because the guys just can't get past the Bill Clinton thing. She says, quote,
possibly it's because she's fat and disgusting, and she let some guy stick a cigar in her squiddy bang bang.
Not just some guy, the leader of the free world.
How to make any difference? She had tobacco products inside her clam. That doesn't turn me on.
No.
The fact that she's a pork.
Yes. If I were a guy and heard all those things about a girl, I don't know if I'd want to take her out either, is what she said. People magazine's going to hit the stands on tomorrow, on Friday. It's annual Sexiest Man Alive issue, and this year, Johnny Depp, number one. He's the sexiest man on the planet. And some of the other guys in the top 10 are Colin Farrell, Denzel Washington, Hugh Jackman, Russell Crowe, Hugh Grant, Lenny Kravitz, George Clooney, Ashton Kutcher, and Brad Pitt.
Why'd you make a face about Lenny Kravitz? It's not the guy from Laverne and Shirley.
I know that. Oh, that makes more sense. Cut number one, the audio, if you want to.
Why? There was the only black guy on the list, wasn't it?
Yeah. So?
Why'd you pick Lenny Kravitz out of that?
Make a face. What are you talking about? Cut number one on the list, Dr. Seuss, The Cat in the Hat.
Why was the black guy the one that you jumped on?
Don't make me to be a racist that I'm not.
Lenny Kravitz,
you're the one that dropped the N-word day before yesterday.
I didn't drop. I didn't.
Right out of your mouth like it was no big deal. Like you were in somewhere that you could say that.
Like Plano.
Yeah. It just came out of your mouth. It even surprised you.
I don't want to talk about that right now. Play your stupid audio.
Cut number one.
Hang on. Do we have to break? All right.
I'm going to get
save your audio for later.
Okay, there it is. News and information brought to us by the new Car Toys. I'll be there Saturday on South Lake Boulevard from 2 to 4. JD Ryan live on 105.3.
The Russ Martin Show.
Have you really been doing that?
Yes. I'm going to get a better chair in here and a palm tree.
I thought it didn't matter what kind of chair or what you had around it. I thought Dr. Mike said your vacation chair works regardless.
It does. But I just want to, I'm visual, so I thought the palm tree would be a nice touch. Does it go bother you if I have the palm tree right there?
Right next to the ficus tree?
Yeah, well, on the other side.
Just call my dad. I'll get you a banana tree.
I want a banana tree.
That's what he wanted to plant at my house.
No, in your backyard.
The first thing he said when he came over,
mm-hmm.
You need some banana trees back here.
Your backyard is quite well sculpted. You got plenty of stuff.
Well, I don't know what his bone is for banana trees.
Don't know.
When we were living in Pleasant Grove, when I had to move back in with him, banana trees all over the front yard.
You really?
I swear.
He just likes them. He thought you needed some.
Looks like we lived in the middle of the jungle. Hi, Gail.
Hi.
What do you got?
I've got Tylock Iron Laser, Dallas Mavericks, and Bank of America.
Your OutQ is higher standards.
It's not LASIK, it's Intra-LASIK. Come and discover the Tylock Advantage this Tuesday evening at our free Intra-LASIK seminar at the Tylock Eye Care and Laser Center. Call 972-258-6400 to attend. Watch the Mavs on UPN 21. Tonight they take on the Spurs with the pregame show at 6 and an early tip-off at 6:30. Tune in to UPN 21 for all your Mavs action. Brought to you by Bank of America. Higher standards.
And also brought to you by Sonic. Drive into Sonic where you can put chili on anything like Sonic's extra long cheese coney. Get one now with large tater tots for just $2.99. It's not just good, it's Sonic good. In Dallas on northbound 35 South R.L. Thornton at Colorado, there's been a wreck blocking the two left lanes for a long time. And there are backups in both directions. On northbound 75 Central past Royal, you've got the right lane blocked with a backup to Park Lane. On both directions of Mockingbird at Central, the signal lights are not working. Also, signal problems on eastbound Northwest Highway at Lawther, and that's got traffic backed up all the way to Abrams. And this also brought to you by the World Market, getting ready for holiday entertaining. Stock up and save on wine glasses at World Market. It's just $1.99 per glass for Madison or Olivia Stemware. You'll want to buy by the dozen. I'm Gail Lightfoot on the Alternative Talk Station, live 105.3.
Thank you, Gail. All right, 55 for the low tonight. Beautiful again tomorrow. Sunny and almost 80 at 75 degrees currently. Live 105.3.
Okay. Hi, Tracy.
Hey.
Yep.
Did you go see the Jennifer Love Hewitt?
Yes, I did.
Did you eat it, buddy?
No, buddy. There's people watching. Granted, it was a Walmart, but there were still people watching. She's cute in person.
Is she?
Yeah.
I went and saw her. She was hot, hot, hot.
Those little pants she had on.
That shoulderless top.
Yeah. They're a lot of chicks. You get up close on them, and you can either see, you know, they're not as hot as they look in the movies, or they're weathered.
Yeah.
She was dandy.
Did you like her? Did you guys get to talk at all? Or
yeah, we sat in the Batmobile. Thanks, Tracy.
Where's the video? Is it up?
It is. Yeah, you go to russmartin.com, go to the photo gallery, and then click on the thing that says video has moved here.
Okay.
Yeah, we sat in the Batmobile for a couple of seconds. It was just one of those. It was another one of those surreal moments. You're sitting in front of the Walmart in a Batmobile with Jennifer Love Hewitt. She had a little hairy mole on her neck.
She did not.
She did. It's enough to queer the deal.
With Jennifer Love Hewitt, one single hairy mole.
She didn't really.
Oh.
But if she did, it would.
One mole?
Yes.
You talked about eating things out of her.
Shush it. Shush.
What?
Dairy Queen gave it to us for free.
All right, but you talked about putting it someplace and then
Shush.
She liked the Blizzard?
Yeah, which Dairy Queen did you get the Blizzard from?
The one in Plano on Avenue K and Park.
5 gallons.
Oh, my God.
Somebody forgot to give her the last 4 gallons.
Why? Wait.
O'Malley.
Yeah. So she had a 1 gallon Blizzard.
Yeah.
That's still a damn huge Blizzard.
Yeah. How long did it take them to make those?
They actually made those last night, and they stuck them in the freezer. That way, when we gave it to her today, it wouldn't have all melted.
Oh, I got it. All right.
Very nice. Very nice.
That wouldn't queer the deal for you?
No,
Great big raisin.
Jennifer Love Hewitt? No, I've seen her in movies that she's just unbelievable. That body. Is that body as good as it looks?
Absolutely. Ooh, what if she had skin tags?
Oh, she doesn't. She's so beautiful, they would know.
If she walked up to you and she's wearing like a tank top and she holds up her arms and underneath her armpits, a bunch of skin tags.
Okay. That'd be pretty gross. Pretty gross.
Well, I see I'm never going to slip and fall underneath your armpits.
Yeah. Nasty. Like the bottom of a Holiday Inn tub. Just, you know. Yeah. Oh, there's video, yeah. There she is getting in there, holding up that big gallon blizzard.
I told you. And then there's some still photos in the photo gallery.
Dairy Queen was smart. They get her as a spokesperson.
Who? Oh, yeah. Well, I think that's why they coughed up all the blizzards. The district manager for Dairy Queen was listening yesterday when we had her on.
Oh, perfect.
Or when Jennifer called. So they got a hold of Dan and said, we'll take care of your blizzards.
Very nice.
So that was handled.
She is just a doll. Goodness.
She hung around for a little bit.
Did you? Any plans are coming back through here?
No. We talked for a little bit sitting in their car. What, Dan?
They were trying to get her to leave before you got there. Because, they had said that she was going to be there until noon, then it changed to 11.
Yeah, she told me to be there at 11.
Right. And then I get a call from...
So they were getting ready to leave?
Yeah, I got a call from them about 10:15 saying they're ready to leave. And I said, now, is it her people that are ready to leave, or is she ready to leave? And by the time I got there, she was kind of looking around, dealing with the crowd, and, basically looking for you in the Batmobile. Because she was excited about seeing it.
I don't know. She was going to leave? How did we keep her from leaving?
I think Dan threatened him.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Didn't you?
Yeah.
I threatened Jennifer Love Hewitt's people?
Well, yeah. I mean, it was her manager.
Who's he going to be afraid of more? Her people or me if I get there and she's gone?
You just missed her, boss. Wow. Yeah, that would be bad. Well, cool. So it all worked out great.
Yeah. A little visit in the car. We just chit-chatted about her day. It was funny because there's like 75, 80 people standing around the car watching us, and we're talking like nobody's there.
That's kind of cool. Was she impressed by the car? I mean, being from Hollywood, you wouldn't know.
I don't know. I really don't think chicks really could care less.
Yeah. They don't get it.
No. But then she got out and dealt with the crowd and left. That was it.
Good.
But don't forget about the big, long hug at the end.
She gave you a big, long hug?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So, what was that like? They solid?
Yeah.
Are they? Are those real?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know.
It felt real.
Mm-hmm. You didn't undo the bra, did you?
No.
Okay.
One of those strap thingies.
Oh, okay.
So it didn't have snaps.
You checked.
Yes.
Oh, her people would have killed you.
I don't care. Yeah, I can only imagine what would happen if I get there, because I don't leave the house during the day. From the time I get up till 2 o'clock, I'm working on the show. And it's a big deal for me to stop and do anything. Yeah, I had a dandy fit.
Oh, my Lord.
Right out in front of a Walmart.
Yeah, spinning.
Yeah.
Yellow dots flying everywhere.
I got it. You can stop there. There's something else I was going to mention. I forget. Jennifer Love. There was something else going on today, and I can't think of it. I'm spacing. I did see Dover on TV today, though.
Yeah, on Channel 8, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he's back.
I'd like to talk with Benjamin.
He would like to stay off your radar for a while.
Why? I've decided to forgive him.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
Who are you lying to?
I understand exactly what he was saying when he was on the show, and he threw out a couple of names and used this show to get back at somebody else. I understand it wasn't done with malice. It was a spur of the moment, and I've decided to forgive him. I'd like to have him on, please.
No.
I would enjoy that very much.
I don't think he wants to come on right now. He's afraid of what you're going to do.
What am I going to do?
I don't know what you're going to do, but you obviously have something planned. You never forgive anybody for anything.
Yes, I do.
You've never let anything go in your entire life.
Yes, I have.
When did I
April of 1989. I know where you're going.
You've never done it. You don't let things go. You torture people until the end of time.
I don't torture you maliciously with the hit me thing.
You will never let him live that down. And he knows.
In fact, you even said yourself, I forgot that you hit me until you reminded me a few years ago.
Okay. I think Benjamin's a little wary of coming on.
Nothing's going to happen. He was on with shopping holiday tips. They were all fine tips. Mm-hmm. I'd like to have him share them with us. Love to talk to him.
I can ask.
Promote his website and his book.
I can ask. I don't think he wants to. Maybe after the holidays.
Why? I said I forgive him. What can I do to him on the phone?
Anything. Torture him. Run him down.
Just had a lot of really good tips today.
Okay. Well, I'll go to the website and we'll just read them off.
I'd rather have him tell us.
No. I will, during the break, I will page him.
I'm sure he's listening right now.
Do you want him to come on today?
Yes. Love to talk to him. Also, they had Peter Jennings on today on 8. Mm-hmm. He's in town for the Kennedy assassination.
Right.
All right, just see if they make any more noise in the hall. I'm telling you, I'm having doors put up so they can't get through that studio area out there. The light and the neon and everything obviously isn't enough for the idiots that work in this building. You'd think they worked in some other industry, and I know the show sound like they do. You'd think they worked in some other industry and they wouldn't know to be quiet around radio station studios.
Around a studio, yeah.
Where was I? Oh, they've got a special on ABC tonight. I don't know what time. On the Kennedy assassination, where they went back and they looked through millions of documents and decided that Lee Harvey was the only guy that had anything to do with it. And they got some really cool 3D animation they put together.
ABC?
Did you see any of it?
I have not yet.
It's the Kennedy assassination. It's the same view as the Zapruder film.
Okay.
Okay, you have that 3D animation.
Right.
And then they showed it from almost any other vantage point that you would want. From the 6th floor.
Okay.
All around Dealey Plaza. So I'm going to watch that.
Okay, great. Peter Jennings in town for that.
Yeah, he was on with Debbie Denman.
Great. He's a good guy, from what I've heard.
Yeah. She's not very bright.
Why do you say that?
They should never let these people go away from the teleprompters. They just shouldn't.
A few of them can handle it. Most of them.
She asked him about the 3 shots being fired off in 3 seconds.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Took 3 seconds to get the shots off.
Man. You're right.
Thank you. Dan, do you have Benjamin's phone number? Why don't you call, see if he's home?
Don't.
We'll talk about his book. We'll talk about his website. And he'll give us some holiday shopping tips.
Just don't do this.
I'm not going to do anything. I've decided to let it go.
You haven't.
Fly away.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
No, you've got something planned.
I don't have anything planned. I'm Meredith.
Hey, Russ. The other day, I heard you guys talking about credit and debt, and it just made me think.
Okay. Thanks for calling. Is Benjamin on the phone yet? Okay.
Normally I have to page him and have him call back.
I'm sure he's listening. Go ahead, Meredith. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, my boyfriend and I are thinking about getting engaged.
He is.
And he has a lot of debt. And I don't think it's very responsible with his money.
You don't want any of that. You get married to him, and that's I don't know, legally, if you actually marry into bad debt. You know, Eddie? So, like, if he's got crappy debt, as soon as they get married, when somebody pulls up their records?
The way it works, as I understand it, that once they're married, he's still responsible for his own debt, but if he dies, at that point, she is responsible for his debt. But since it's all in his name and under his Social Security number and stuff, it's still just his debt.
Right.
But, I mean, should anything happen to him, then she's responsible for it as his spouse.
You don't want any part of that. You want him to clear every piece of that up before you get anywhere around him.
Well, he keeps saying when we get married, I'll take care of it all.
No, take care of it now. Why would getting married, why would that be the defining point in him pulling his head out?
Well, and that's what I say, but I mean, I just think he should be more responsible for his finances now.
Absolutely. And he's going to be in charge of your finances because if you guys get a joint checking account, he's going to have access to all of it.
And he'll just drain me?
Yeah.
He can.
Well,
happens all the time.
I'm just real skeptical about it all.
And have you talked to him about that?
Yes. And he just keeps saying, don't worry, I'll get it all done, and you can take care of everything when we get married. I won't have any part of it.
All right. Well, then tell him we'll get married the day that all this is handled. That'll be our little celebration.
Okay. Thank you, Russ.
All right. You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Absolutely. Man. That could be the downfall of any marriage. Just somebody that can't handle money.
Oh, I don't give a rat's ass about her. I'm just shocked that anybody calls and asks me advice on anything.
Why? You're the guru, man. You know
I know. Of all people that I know, and I'm not being facetious. Hang on, I got to clear my throat. Let me turn the mic off.
Okay. all the people you know, why do people ask you questions?
Oh, I'm the stupidest person I know.
No, you're not.
Yes, I've said this before. Yes, I am.
You're very good at common sense, and it's a lot easier to stand back from any situation, like you talking about me and my kids. It's easier for you to stand up there and look from a different perspective and say, hey, that's wrong, than it is for me to make those decisions because I love the little thing.
What did he do now? Did he do something?
No,
what did he do?
He hadn't done anything.
Hold on. How we doing, Eddie? You all right? All right, go ahead. What did he do?
I'm just buying him a car this week, and it's making me mad. It's costing me money, and I know we're going to be on the same. I can feel it.
Do you do this just to see if he's going to F up again?
Yeah, kind of.
It's almost like you're getting...
Just give him enough, the old saying, enough rope.
But why do you keep... I don't understand giving him the car.
Well...
Okay, he's how old now?
I talked to his 19.
All right.
I've talked to his mother, and he really is doing better. He's helping out a lot. He's driving them around. He's doing his chores without being told. He is working.
Do you understand all the things you're saying about a 19-year-old?
Sure, I know.
He's doing his chores without being told. That's some big...
It's an improvement.
It's like saying that, the dog don't go on the carpet no more.
It absolutely is. I realize that. But it's an improvement. It's not
now, if he was 12, 13, and you said those things, I would go, hey, that's not bad for a teenager. But he's 19.
I know. He's a very immature 19. So it's almost like saying it about a 30. And I don't say this because he's out of town. But he's just a very immature 19-year-old. His brother, who's 15, is probably more so responsible than... his brother beats himself up if he doesn't make the AB honor roll. It's a bad thing. So it's just two different kids. And he's very immature for his age, if that makes sense.
Mm.
So, but she says he's doing much, much better, helping out around the family, not creating issues, not creating problems. He's really given all his money to her.
And she's got no reason to lie to you?
No, not at all.
Okay.
No.
I'm just checking. If I lied to him, we get this car, because that's what's going to happen. If I say Chris is doing everything he needs to be, Dildo's going to send us a free car.
I'm not sending him a free car, first of all. It's not a very expensive car, and it's going to remain...
What's it going to cost you?
Remain my name. I don't want to say in the air.
All right, I'll turn to myself.
Right.
$1,400.
Thanks for not saying it on the air.
You think you didn't want to say it?
Oh.
$1,400.
Yes.
You're just going to give him that?
Yes. Well, it's going to remain in my name, and I've told him I've laid out...
You'll never see that car again.
Oh.
You're going to find it someplace in the Gulf of Mexico.
I won't. Probably. Full of dope. No.
Were you doing dope when you blew on her eggs?
No.
Well, I don't know. Maybe that's why the two kids came out differently.
No, I don't do dope.
What were you doing when you blew on her eggs?
All I've ever done is alcohol. Except at your house.
You want to qualify that?
No, somebody slipped us some dope brownies once. That's the only time I've ever ingested.
And I still haven't been able to figure out who that was.
No.
Because all of a sudden they're just on the counter. And nobody would fess up to. And you know what? The more I think about that, it obviously had to be somebody I knew, and it pissed me off that somebody would slip something in my food.
Yeah.
What if I just sat there and I ate all the brownies myself?
I wonder, you can't OD on it, they say so. But
I had 3 of them, and not only did it screw up my night, it screwed up that entire next day Sunday, and I was still kind of out of it the following Monday.
I agree. It was way too much, and I don't.
If you're going to stick something in some food, you tell somebody. That's one of the most chicken things somebody can pull.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to think of who all was at the party again. We're not going to figure this out. It was over 2 years ago now. So if that's what you get out of smoking dope, I don't see it.
Pass.
Hold on. Take this and we're going to break. Yes, Michael.
Hey, Eddie. I'm sorry, Russ.
It don't matter.
Yeah. But what about if I died, does my wife still have to pay back restitution to the state or fines owed to the state?
No, those are your fines. As I understand, it's just credit.
Yeah, we were talking about that, as a matter of fact, the other day, and she was all worried about it. If something happens, she's going to be stuck with this large sum.
What are you in trouble for?
Take me out there.
Oh, hold on. Hang on. All right, you're off. Who'd you beat up? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Bye.
People are going to learn not to tell you anything.
Why do you want me to take him off the air? We don't know who he is.
I know.
He beat somebody up. Aggravated or something. It sounded bad.
Yeah, but it was. That was pretty bad.
What would he have to pay?
Restitution can be to the person, like pay the medical bills, stuff like that. I mean, court costs, you name it, the court can basically tell you to pay whatever
they choose.
Yeah, whatever they choose. If the guy had to go to the hospital and didn't have medical coverage and it cost him $4,000, you have to pay him back $4,000.
All right, cool. All right, we'll take a break here. We'll come back. More schlock.
This is Russ Martin.
Y'all fools up now. Y'all fools up now.
Call Russ now at 214-787-1053.
Y'all fools up now.
You ready for news?
Sure.
Okay. Oh, I got the Batmobile when Jennifer Love sat in the passenger seat.
Right.
I had a towel on there.
Okay. And you did not. You didn't. Where is it? Did you know? You went home and sniffed.
Shushies. People live here. Our signal reaches to Waco.
I understand.
She's got family in Waco and Colleen.
Okay. Okay.
I thought it was a dandy idea.
Brilliant.
In fact.
Yes.
Let me turn the mics on.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's really as close as I'll ever get.
Yes.
Thank you.
Wonderful idea.
All right. You ready to go?
Certainly.
Okay. All right, 438, J.D. Ryan's on Live 105.3.
Thank you, Russ. Brought to us by Miller Lite.
This hour of the Russ Martin Show is brought to you in part by Miller Lite.
And the brand new Car Toys in South Lake. I'll be there Saturday, 2 until 4. It's on East South Lake Boulevard, having super sale on all car audio and phones. Swing on by with movie passes, T-shirts, and more. Southern Methodist University and Dallas Police investigating claims.
Hey, did you page Dover during the break?
No, I did not.
Why not?
I totally forgot. I'm sorry.
You're too busy eating.
He's not going to come on with you.
Yeah, well, you don't know that. You haven't paged him.
O'Malley's got his pager.
Did you page him? Okay. You can shake your head up and down. I get it.
Twice. And he hasn't called back.
Well, we don't know. He may be busy right now. He'll call. You're too busy over there eating your tacos. I hear crunching on the other side, and it sounded like your neck finally gave way. Go ahead.
Tell me when you're done.
We're done.
Okay. So the Methodist University and Dallas Police. I can wait. Southern Methodist University Police and Dallas Police investigating claims 2 young women were drugged at a fraternity party. Students say that they got to an off-campus fundraiser sponsored by 2 SMU fraternities. Each was handed a drink when they got there. The girl says, I remember going to the bathroom. The next thing I remember is waking up in the ambulance. Both women were rushed to a hospital and are now waiting results from tests. SMU administrators say they're very concerned about the allegations and have launched their own investigation.
That's what they slipped me at the Loverboy.
Nobody slipped you anything but Jack Daniels all day. All you got slipped.
Why is it that one time I didn't get sick? It's got nothing to do with being excited or the adrenaline going. Anytime I would have that much to drink, I would get sick.
Nobody is there because it was over the length of time. You were drinking since 3 o'clock when he was in here playing. You were excited. You've been drinking all day. And I don't believe you had a lot to eat.
I can't remember. Mm-hmm. All I know is that's never happened before. I know. You said everybody always has their first blackout.
Yeah. It's okay. Embrace it.
I don't want to embrace it. I don't like missing things.
It hasn't happened again, so you're okay.
Well, it hasn't happened again because nobody slipped me anything.
You've been slipped the same thing over and over and over since that day.
Right.
Los Angeles City Council members now back down from a showdown with strip club owners and say they may allow topless dancing and lap dances that the council had voted this fall to ban. The hasty retreat by the council comes after a well-choreographed campaign by the club owners who threatened to put the lap dancing on the March 2005 ballot, which, if approved by voters, would put the regulation beyond the council's reach. In forcing the council to reverse its position, strip club owners demonstrated both the validity of the sex industry as a political issue and the effectiveness of the referendum process when wielded by a well-financed interest group. Sociologist in New York State.
Well, why the topless bars here don't do that?
They could. Seems like if they can do it in L.A., they could do it here. I don't think they've thought of it, maybe.
Yeah, all they're doing right now is trying to get a recall.
Right.
They get signatures, which is never going to happen.
No.
If they get that 6-foot rule instituted, that's going to close down these clubs. Who's going to want to go?
Nobody. Well, who would go?
They better do something before this goes into effect.
I wonder if we should get somebody on the nose about it. See what the legal process is, whether it's a year you got to wait, whether they have 2 years to fight this, or 6 months, or...
I bet Bruce would know from
Planet X.
Whatever.
Okay. Get him on. Sociologists from New York studied more than 3,000 American adults and found that married women are most likely to cheat in the first 5 years, while men are likely to stray during the first 5 years and after the 20-year mark. First 5 years are a danger zone because a lot of affairs begin out of what psychologist Joel Block calls the rebelliousness against the vows, against the very idea that I'm never going to make love to another person. Then you've got your motivational flings, like the case of in Los Angeles, where a doctor's wife would have an affair anytime she needed motivation to lose weight. A study from the University of Vermont found that 98% of men and 80% of women fantasize about other people, but obviously that many people are not having affairs. And when you combine that with a trigger like a big argument or an email from an old boyfriend, you've got a time bomb in your hands waiting to go off. Women, even more than men, are unapologetic about their adultery because they justify it by saying there was chemistry. Men, on the other hand, are just in for the sex.
I'm surprised somebody's not throwing back, you made me do it. Seems like that would be more of a chick thing. You made me do it.
You drove me to it because you weren't.
You didn't. You didn't
there for me. He was.
You didn't take care of my needs. I was able to have a lot of my needs fulfilled. That's the thing is when they step outside the marriage and they're getting sex, there's also a lot of emotional support that they're getting as well that they're not getting at home. And they clump all that stuff together. A guy go out and pound somebody, not care less.
Mm-hmm. You're right. That's how. And guys know that. That's how you get them to do it. You go. I'll listen to you. Tell me how he is.
What has your husband? What does he not understand? He does what? Well, I'm sure and they'll play both sides.
Oh yeah, I've done.
They'll go. You know what? He's probably a good guy, and I can see his point. Here's what you should do. That way, you're not always pounding on her or pounding on him. So it looks like you're really being objective. You're giving both sides. You're taking a look at the big picture, and you're really trying to help her, and that way she doesn't think that you're trying to get in her clan.
You two are a great couple. You should be able to get past
You guys can work this out. Look how great you guys look together. I'm very jealous of you both. I wish I had a relationship like that today.
If you follow,
those are the guys you want to strangle.
Oh yeah, because they know what they're doing.
Well, we all do it, but when we're on the bad side, when we got the guy working our action. That is the most, I know we talked about this 100 times, but that is the most helpless feeling is when some guy, some guy's moving in on your woman and he's doing exactly what you've done before. And there's almost no way to fight it. The only way to fight it is to be just like him.
Yeah. Be
understanding for a while, do everything that he's doing. That way she'll lose interest in him and he'll go off. And then when he's gone, you go back to being an ass.
And of all people, someone that listens to the show, Joy, it happened to her. And she still, to my face, went, you don't understand. That's not what he's trying to do.
That's because he was playing it.
He was playing it good. She finally saw it when he started bringing her, I just went by McDonald's and got an extra burrito for you. Just little things like that. I went, do you see it now? Well, kind of. Do you see it now? Yes. And then eventually he asked her out to lunch, and that's when she finally went, okay, you were right. Yes, I was right all along. But of all people.
Go ahead.
If you follow the Jessica Lynch story at all, you probably heard how her gun jammed before she was able to fire even one shot to defend herself. Shoshana Johnson said her gun also jammed. PFC Patrick Miller, the guy who Shoshana credits for saving her life, said his gun jammed. He had to pound on it to keep it firing. The Pentagon apparently issues the troops a lubricant called CLP. But according to a lessons learned report that already has been filed by one of the generals in Iraq, they said, quote, not a good choice for weapon maintenance because it attracts sand to the weapon.
We had the same problem in Korea.
No, you didn't. Not a lot of sand in Korea. It's dirt.
Koreans kept sticking to it.
They did not. No, they didn't. Art Couchman of New York sent his own son Militech lubricant instead, and in a letter home, his son wrote, "Dad, the Militech is working great." So if a dad in New York knew about the virtues of Militech, why didn't the Army? Actually, they did. But just before the war started, the Pentagon canceled all of its orders for Militech because CLP was developed by the Pentagon and didn't want an outside commercial product to become standard issue.
That's what happened to me. Gun jam.
Yeah.
I was killed in Korea.
You weren't killed in Korea.
Good.
Yeah, you're happy now. Paris Hilton is pulling out of her Paris Hilton pulling out of her announced interview with David Letterman, The Late Show. Hilton was...
That just shocks me that you'd actually say the words, "You're not dead." Well, thanks.
You're welcome.
How very reassuring.
You keep thinking you are. Hilton was to have appeared November the 26th on the show, the CBS show, but on Thursday morning, a spokesman said the 22-year-old was scrapping all planned media appearances to promote her new TV show. Spokesman said no slight on Letterman was intended and that it was just a cause of miscommunication. He added that Hilton wants to keep a lower profile because of the extraordinary amount of attention she's receiving from her internet porn video. Hilton said this week that she was embarrassed and humiliated that the homemade sex video she shot 3 years ago with then-boyfriend Rick Solomon has been making the rounds. And every time somebody sends a link, it'll be up there for about 2 days and it's gone.
I wonder who's getting it yanked down.
I think the lawyers are going after any time they can find somebody. But I just don't see how you can keep that. What's the grounds for a lawsuit?
I don't even know why they're worrying about it. Almost everybody's seen it now.
Yeah. That's the short version. I guess there's a longer version out there somewhere.
I haven't seen the one where she's running the camera around her body. I think she goes to the bathroom?
Yes. Where the lights are better?
Yeah. Yeah. And then does she do some close-ups of her it? Yeah. Good. I like to see that.
Yeah. In January, a new British TV show called Generation Sex will feature a man.
You just chomped.
Oh, sorry.
Well, the rubber band thing doesn't work now. You were supposed to do that before you chomp. What are you tense about?
Just day-to-day stuff.
You're not even paying attention to what Dr. Mike told you.
I am, too. I'm sitting in my chair and I'm popping the rubber band.
Well, it doesn't seem to be working.
I pop it down here where you can't hear it, so it's not as obnoxious as that.
And does it, you really think it's working?
Have I chomped as much since then? About the same?
Yeah, it seems to be a little bit less.
Okay.
You've become a much better sidekick.
Okay, thank you.
I enjoy having you.
Wonderful. See, now I'm more relaxed. I don't even need my vacation share now.
Everything's wonderful.
Okay.
I'm the Sanford, you're the Sun.
Okay.
I'm the Ponch, you're the John.
I got you. Thank you very much.
I'm the Mama, you're the Trey.
Okay. Okay.
I'm the Bear, you're the Daniel Boone. I'm out.
Okay. Generation Sex will feature a man going out on 2 dates, one with a girl, another with her mom. Family advocates are in uproar, saying that the show encourages dysfunctional...
You're the skin tag, I'm the Lee.
All right. Dysfunctional family relationships.
Is that what you're writing, Eddie? Okay.
The show's producers say, yes, of course it does. Of course it gives you dysfunctional family relationships. They say they're expecting arguments, jealousy, underhanded tactics. In other words, great TV. Producers all say Generation Sex won't be like Grab a Granny. It'll be really hot moms. They're even planning a father-son version of the show, playing off a recent Hollywood trend of older women dating younger men. All right.
Here, I got another one for you.
Okay.
What, you heard that? Oh, okay.
But I don't want to be
there. Go ahead.
All right. Speaking of animals, Cat in the Hat opens up. Dr. Seuss. Cat in the Hat opens up in theaters tomorrow. Cut number 1 is Mike Myers on the Message in the Book version of Dr. Seuss. Cat in the Hat.
I'd have to say that Cat in the Hat still is my favorite book of all time because just the idea of it's fun to have fun, but you have to know how. And for people who don't know how to have fun, it's about lighten up, and for people who have too much fun, it's about have fun in balance. And what I love about the book is the main image in the book is the cat balancing in balance on a ball with a rake. And
is he talking about Dr. Seuss?
Yes.
All right.
And all that stuff. And that's what the whole book is about. It's about getting in balance.
Dr. Seuss and the Cat in the Hat in cut number 2 is actually a scene which a neighbor barges in on Sally and Conrad.
Judas Priest, I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Oh, Mr. Quinn, I was just telling Conrad to get off the couch. Bad, Conrad, bad.
Sally, baby, angel, princess, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, okay? Nobody likes a suck-up!
Should be this weekend, a big weekend for Dr. Seuss and Cat in the Hat. There's news and information brought to us by the new Car Toys in South Lake. I'll be there on Saturday, 2 to 4. J.D. Ryan, live 105.3.
This is Russ Martin.
Traffic here.
Hi, Gail.
Hi.
What do you got?
Dallas Mavericks.
Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Your out cue is your Mavs action.
Watch the Mavs on UPN 21. Tonight they take on the Spurs with a pregame show at 6 and an early tip-off at 6:30. Tune in to UPN 21 for all your Mavs action.
Well, in Fort Worth on southbound 35 before Seminary, there's a wreck blocking the left lane. That was a jackknife semi. It looks like it may be straightened out, but they're still blocking a lane and traffic slow from Hattie. In Bedford on westbound 183 just before 157, there is an accident. It's off to the left shoulder, though. Now, in Dallas at Mockingbird at Central, the signal lights are still not working properly. That's messing things up. Same thing on Northwest Highway at Lawther. There's a wreck there on the eastbound side, but the signal lights are not working properly. And traffic is also brought to you by Allstate Insurance. Contact Allstate for your auto insurance needs. Just call 1-800-ALLSTATE to your local Allstate agent or visit allstate.com. You're in good hands with Allstate. I'm Gail Lightfoot on the Alternative Talk Station, Live 105.3.
Thank you, Gail. 52.
And you've never let it slip.
No.
All right. Do you want to get into this?
Yes. When have I ever let it slip? On the air? Openly?
Well, not on the air. I'm just talking about in general.
Well, just in general? You just said it. Plus, mic's open and everything else.
It slipped.
I know, clearly. It was even surprised you. So the look on your face, kind of like, who said that? Oh, it was me.
How did Lee get in here?
Wow. 82 and sunny tomorrow. It's 73 now at Live 105.3.
It just, I don't think that's ever happened. Mm-hmm. Not something like that. I said I was embarrassed and I said I was sorry, even though nobody heard it. I hit the delay.
Mm-hmm. Don't be pointing fingers at me. I've never said that on the air. The thing I did is call Hillary Clinton the C word.
You almost said it again, didn't you?
No. It just seems natural. I don't know why.
Well, nobody caught it.
I know.
I'm ashamed of the word.
I would be too.
Grew up with it.
I did too.
I don't blame black people for hating us. I don't.
There was a day that was not a derogatory statement.
I think it was always a derogatory statement. I don't think black people have ever liked that word.
They don't like it, but there was.
I mean, they like it. Now it's a bonding thing with black people back and forth.
It was not said in. As an insult.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about when whites would use it, it was just like, well, that's the only word that we knew. Well, we know better now.
Now we know better.
And the problem is you still have some parents that use the word, sure, and they do it in front of their kids like it's no big deal. Mm-hmm. So that in itself is being passed on. I don't think my parents ever used the word, but I had an aunt one time. I was over at her house, and we were outside playing. Mm-hmm. And there were some guys working in the street. Some black guys were working in the street, on the street. Mm-hmm. And she took them out like 5 glasses of water because they looked like they were hot.
That's nice.
And it was a cool thing to do in front of somebody my age.
Sure.
Because they just kind of, reinforce that they're just people out there working. Mm-hmm. Later that night, she's inside boiling the glasses.
No.
Yeah. Because I asked her, what are you doing? She goes, well, those colored people have germs. Totally undid everything she just did.
Went ahead and did, yeah.
By taking the water out there.
That your mother won't get on the tollway.
No, it's not because she hates them. She's afraid of them.
Afraid of.
What if there's a black person in that booth? When I said, just give them the money. It's not any big deal. What if they grab me? They're not going to grab you. I'm telling you, she'd commit suicide on the side of the tollway if she drives through. So I would make sure if I ever had children, I wouldn't pass that along. I mean, the word still comes out of my mouth, and I'm still embarrassed that it does. At 43, that should have been gone a long time ago. You get cut off in traffic. If they're black, sometimes it comes out, and it's absolutely the wrong thing to do. And like I said, I don't blame black people for hating us. Mm-hmm. But I've heard parents use the word around their kids. Sure. And I'm talking about now.
I agree, totally. It's sad that we haven't come that far, really.
No, not since the 60s. Mm-mm. Like, I would make sure, that you're going to hate somebody. Hate them just because they're an idiot. So all the black stuff would stop there with my generation. I tell them the Flintstone joke.
No.
Oh, yes, I would.
No.
Yes, I would.
No.
That's funny.
Oh, okay.
It's funny because it's the epitome of racism.
It is. It's just it's so stupid it's funny.
I tell them that. Because it always throws them off.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Hi, John.
Hey, Russ.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what I was telling your screener there earlier is that when I'm a 30-something white guy married to a 30-something black woman.
Yeah.
And born in the country and everything like that. And the funniest thing in the world is that you got parents that are, I wouldn't say racist, but the N-word is popular in in their vocabulary and so forth. And to hear it slip out in front of my wife is the funniest thing on their face, because you can see how embarrassed that they are, and that they're just used to saying the N-word as if it's just a regular word.
Does she jump them?
No, she don't jump them in. And what's even more funny is that my father-in-law, he's a 6'5" black guy, about 270 pounds, and just to hear him talk with all of his buddies using the N-word and so forth, and it's like he's 60 years old,
Right.
And to hear them talking like that in front of me, and excuse me there, Don, I'm sorry, I didn't, you black anyway.
Tapping and dancing.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good racial slam. Tapping and dancing.
I don't mean that. Stop it.
You always look for every opportunity.
I do not. That's not what I meant.
How did your family react when they said, when you said, hey, I'm marrying this black chick?
Well, see, I've been married to my wife for 10 years, and before that, man, most of the women that I've dated in my life have been black. I mean, I can count the amount of white women on one hand, honestly.
What's your affinity for black chicks?
Man, I just like those long legs and high ass.
Okay.
It's nice. Compared to white, you don't have to deal with white women whine too much, man. I don't too much care for it.
You know what? I've never been around a black chick long enough to know if they whine or not.
It's just different, man. Black women seem to be more headstrong, in my opinion. The ones that I've been around.
Most of the black people I've been around seem very emotional. Mm-hmm. The ones when you see in the movie theater or at funerals or whatever.
Oh, yes.
They're always talking to something that's not going to talk back.
Yes.
That's fun.
Movie screens and coffins.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, John.
All right.
Hi, Scott.
What is a Flintstone joke?
I can't tell you on the air.
Come on, man. Put me off the air. Come on, buddy. It'll be something funny I can tell my kids later.
No.
I get a black person to call up, and I'll let them tell it.
Okay.
All right.
All right, bye.
But yeah, I mean, just all the different things that we grew up with as kids, when you hear the word all the time. And I'm not trying to be cute here or shocking, but it's like the Texas Twisters, the Whistling Chasers.
Correct.
I, honest to God, was probably 14 before I knew what they were really
called.
Yeah, what they were really called, what the brand name was.
I agree. And the nuts. I remember my mommy would say that the Brazilian nuts.
What about them?
You know what they were called.
I do not.
You most certainly do.
I do not.
And I'm not going to tell you if you don't know.
I don't know.
You don't need to know then. I don't need to pass on that stereotypical.
What about the Brazilian nuts?
Nothing.
Say it.
No. Say it. It's not my style to say it. But growing up, I didn't know any difference. And it wasn't being...
Right, because you walk through the market and you'd see them sitting there and you go, hey, those things are mislabeled.
Yes.
And you could go back and look at some artwork from the early part of the century, 30s, 40s, with drawings of black people.
Absolutely.
Next to like an orange soda or whatever, or watermelon, and great big character, huge lips, and it's just, I'd hate us too. Anybody black called to tell the Flintstone joke?
Didn't you see something out of Forney one time that actually had the N-word written on a sign? And it wasn't a slam. It was a commercial for something. I thought you told me you saw something.
I don't think so.
Okay. What?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I did. But it was some artwork. I don't think it was for a company. It was a great big long white picket fence, tall one that you'd have to climb over.
Okay.
And painted on the fence said pool, so you know on the other side there was a pool.
Okay.
I can't believe somebody actually drew this. And sitting on the fence all by himself, just a little black kid, he's crying. And the caption said, last one. I swear to Jesus. I'm looking at the shop. I can't believe you're selling this stuff, or some black person's going to come in here and kick your ass.
Jesus. Okay.
Just from all the stuff in the past, I would hate white. If I was really black, right. I'd hate white people until I was dead.
Well, we all don't think that way anymore, thank God.
Yes, Tanya?
Hey, I just want to let JD know it's okay to call Brazilian nuts nigger toes.
Hey.
I'm a black woman from the hood, and I didn't even know they were called Brazilian nuts.
Okay, it was never...
All right, I got to ask, how do you guys find out these terms that white people use?
Well, my grandmother, she's from the old school, and they grew up with that, so I guess they got accustomed to calling, those firecrackers nigger tasters, and then the Brazilian nuts, nigger toes. It's just one of those things we all grew up with.
What about the knocking and running off?
Nigger knocking.
Yeah. I'm just asking.
Well, yeah, we played there, too.
You didn't call it that, though, did you?
Yeah. What else are we supposed to call it?
See, it wasn't even interracial back then.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
We didn't know. And honestly, I still couldn't tell you what the technical name for the fireworks were, because we still call them nigger chasers.
What are they? What are they, Eddie? Hang on, I got one. Whistling chasers. Or they used to be called Texas twisters, weren't they? Yeah.
I guess we were just too busy running from them to realize.
You ain't got time to turn around and read it.
Exactly. But yeah, it's all cool.
All right, thank you, sweetie.
No problem.
All right. Mm-hmm. All right, hang on. How we doing? All right. Okay. I've always wondered that if people in the black community would know some of the, crap that was said, like just the descriptions.
I think so, because it really wasn't meant as a racial slur.
Obviously it was. Anytime you call something a something chaser, that's not necessarily, I can't see any complimentary term, any compliment you could get out of that.
Right.
Go ahead, Corey.
Yeah, I know the Flintstone joke, man.
All right, go ahead.
What would you call the Flintstones if they was black?
What?
Niggas.
Thank you.
Let that be the last time we tell that joke.
If a black person tell it all they want. It's their word. You can use it until you're sick of it. Okay. But you can you tell that to somebody that's a true racist.
Oh, yeah.
That'll drive them nuts forever, because they'll sit there and they'll play it through their head. You call the Flintstones if they were black. Let me think. Jigastone?
No.
Stop.
Unemployed.
Hey, what?
Sorry.
Oh, no. I believe Eddie will be gone for a while.
That was inappropriate.
Yes, it was. He's almost done. I really think that's the last wave.
Okay.
Let me look at him. Yeah, he's almost there.
Okay.
Another front's coming through. All right. Take this really quick. Hi, Daryl.
Hey, Russ. Man, I got a problem, need a little advice or whatever.
What's the problem?
Well, I recently found out, we recently found out that my girlfriend is pregnant.
Was everybody calling in black today?
And, this is, we're white, but
okay.
The thing is that we had this discussion a long time ago that if this ever happened, that we would, take care of it.
Right.
Well, now...
so you left her in charge of this?
Well, I mean, we pretty much...
And you know what? That's a rotten way to look at birth control is, hey, if I get you knocked up, since you're not on anything and I'm not wearing condoms, if I get you pregnant, we'll just go ahead and abort it. Yeah. Was that the understanding?
Pretty much, yeah.
Hold on. If you hold on just a second, there's a angry black woman on the phone. One moment, please. Hi, sweetie.
Hi. Are you guys racist?
No, we're not. You can't say the S word.
Okay, well, you're saying nigger. That's just as bad.
No, I didn't say it.
Well, you're laughing about the jokes.
Yeah.
You're saying,
Radio, hey, sweetie. You get, turn that, lady, I'm not gonna, black or white, I'm not gonna argue with you. Leave the radio down.
Okay, but do you find
Lady, radio's down.
Lady, I'm not gonna, black or white, I'm not gonna argue with you. Leave the radio down.
What did I just tell you?
Excuse me?
Turn the radio off. You want to stay on the phone? Turn the radio off. It's off or on. Turn it off. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm don't negotiate. I got it all. That hit the delay 3 times. Oh, she hung up. She's not even going to stay on the phone for the delay to rebuild. Well, don't listen. If you listen to the whole conversation, you'd know it was a racist conversation.
Right.
You can't even follow instructions. That's not because you're black, it's because you're a chick. A stupid chick. Yeah. She'll go back. Oh, hang on. How far along pregnant is she?
We just found out a few weeks ago.
All right, so you're going to keep it.
Well, I mean, the deal is I said, we talked about it afterwards, and I said I'd be a stand-up guy and hang around. And, I don't know. I'm having second thoughts. I don't know what to do. I'm embarrassed about it, ashamed of all. It's just not a cool situation.
I can't. She called back? Is she still cussing? What?
I told her to clean it up.
Oh, I don't think she will. Mm-hmm. Hold on a second, Daryl. It'll be bored by the time I give him an answer. Line 5. Have you calmed down?
I'm calmed down. I was calmed down the first time.
No, you weren't. You used the F word. You used the S word. Why don't you cuss again and you're gone.
We're adults. There's no need to...
Lady, you're not even close to acting like an adult.
You know what? What did you just say? I'm dumb because I'm a chick? Do you consider your mom to be dumb? She's a chick.
Yeah, my mom's been stupid before.
Okay, I'm not.
But my mom knows how to follow instructions. My mom knows when I tell her to turn something off, she turns it off because she knows what's going to happen if she don't.
I'm an intelligent black woman.
I don't care if you're black or white. You could be intelligent, but you know what? Why don't you show off and let me see some of it?
Some white jokes?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Let's
Yes.
hear some white jokes and see if you laugh about that.
Lady, we make fun of rednecks all the time. If you listen to the show, hey, you just, all right, time out. You get to sit there and think about what you've done. I'll give her a couple of seconds to regroup. I understand.
You want to look good.
Lady, you've been on hold for a couple of seconds. You're talking to yourself.
No,
this ain't no movie theater. Okay, let's try her again.
Find allowing yourself to do
Oh,
so.
God. Sweetie, you're on hold. I can't hear you. Nobody can hear you. I'll pick up the phone if you'll stop and listen. Is that Marcus? Is that our Marcus? Calls a lot? Hi, Marcus.
Hello?
Yes.
Would this be Russ? Russ.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to...
He's got the radio up. You still talking, sweetie?
Oh, are you listening?
I will if you'll stop screaming at me.
I'm not screaming. You were doing the screaming. I'm
Lady,
talking to you.
what's your first name so I don't have to keep calling?
Belinda.
Belinda?
Yes.
Okay. Belinda, you gotta leave the radio off. Absolutely off.
You can't hear my radio.
I just heard it. That's why I told you to turn it off.
Okay. Well, can we hear white jokes?
We do white jokes. We do black jokes. We do Chinese jokes. We do Japanese jokes. It's a buffet.
Is it okay for us to...
And did you not just hear what I said? All right, you're not listening again. Did you not just hear what I said? I don't have to listen to you.
And
it's a privilege right now that I've let you on the phone.
You know what? You can kiss my...
I'm sure she was going to say something. No,
I said fruity.
Yes. Yeah. Obviously didn't hear me say I would hate us too.
We tell hasty jokes all the time.
She don't care.
I know.
It doesn't help. It doesn't help with her argument.
I wish she'd tell one.
What?
A white joke. She knows.
She wanted to hear something. Oh, she'll call back. We need a break. Oh. Hey, Daryl?
Yes, sir.
Eat it. When the baby comes out, just eat it.
This is Russ Martin on Live 105.3.
Where's the ratings that I asked for two and a half hours ago?
I don't know.
Where's Gavin? Eddie, take this. And go ask Gavin where my ratings are. Okay. Hurry. Maybe use the wrong gun.
I was going to say.
What did he do?
Held him up.
He just held him up and ducked?
Yeah, I don't know how you describe that.
Oh. You must be getting used to it.
This is Russ Martin.
What we do news last? About an hour?
About an hour.
Okay. We run through these. Hello?
Hello?
Is it Alondria?
Alondria.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was calling because I caught the last half or the end conversation of what y'all were just talking about, the joke, and I heard the lady calling and y'all putting her on hold and all that, and I didn't hear the whole conversation, but all I can say is that I was just laughing my butt off in the car. I mean, it was funny. The whole thing was funny, and I really don't understand. Well, I guess I can see how someone can get offended, but, I mean, I'm black also, but I'm confident in who I am,
right?
And I'm confident about what I represent, so it was just funny. I mean, it was funny. That's all I can say.
I just don't know. I don't know how she missed the other stuff where I said, you know, with everything that I've seen and the way that we grew up, I'd hate white people too. So actually, she's right. I shouldn't blame her for hating me.
I mean, it was funny. I could not stop laughing. I had to sit in my car as I got home to finish listening because I was like, oh, these people are crazy. But yeah, it was funny.
Well,
I mean,
we're certainly proud to have you.
you got a new listener, because this is the first time I've ever heard this radio station.
Oh, really? What were you listening to before?
I was listening to K104.
Yeah.
But I was tired of listening to music.
Right.
So I was looking for a talk station, and I was like, oh, what are they talking about? Oh, really? So it was kind of funny.
All right.
So.
Well, we're happy to have you.
Okay.
Hope you'll be around for a long time.
I hope y'all do too.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Hi, Marcus.
Hey.
Yeah.
Russ, what it do, player?
No.
No, Russ.
I know what he said. Okay. Right.
I was calling about that the chick that called before y'all went on break.
Yeah.
You know, I listen to a black radio station in the morning, and you know what I'm saying, they crack on white people too. Y'all don't have the right to, you know, do the same thing. You say you're not racist, you're not racist.
What do they say about us?
Oh, man. They talk good.
Which station is it?
Huh?
Which station is it?
K104.
I believe I'll call them tomorrow. Have me a fit.
Oh, why you gonna do them like that?
I gotta call up and have me a fit. I'm gonna sit around. I'm gonna wait until I hear something. I'm gonna be all over the phone.
You do that then, but it's the same thing, right?
So?
See, that's why I like you, man. I've been listening for like 4 months now, and I think y'all some of the craziest on earth.
Good.
But
well, we're happy to have you too.
Anytime a situation come up like that dealing with race,
right,
I got your back, player.
I appreciate it. Why don't you come up one day and let me look at your toes? Stop it.
You want to lick on my toes?
Yeah.
And you gonna let me lick your chest?
Oh, we got a gay one. Oh.
I think he thought you'd lick his toes.
Oh, no, I don't want to lick his toes.
That's what he thought.
Last one will do news here. Hi, Deborah.
Hi, Russ.
Yes, ma'am.
I am so proud of you for hanging up on Daryl. He was such an a-hole.
Who was Daryl?
The jerk-off that was talking about getting his girlfriend pregnant and then wanting her to abort the baby.
Well, what he said was that was their agreement.
They agreed, yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? It's his own fault for trusting her.
No. It was his own fault for not getting himself fixed or putting on a condom.
Well, that's what I meant.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm glad you hung up on him, because if he can't take responsibility, you know what? He's a punk.
I just like the way he said, you know what? I've decided to be a stand-up guy. Well, you don't get credit for doing the right thing.
It's like, okay, your son or your daughter's really going to appreciate their father because he's a stand-up guy.
I'm going to step up to the plate and do the right thing. That's not stepping up anywhere. It's just it's doing the right thing. You don't get credit for not killing your kid.
If I was the woman, I would say, you know, F you. I don't need you anyway.
Well, she also lied to him, but that, like I said, that's his own fault for trusting her.
Well, no, it's not a trust issue. If you're going to have sex, if you know the woman can get pregnant, wear a condom or marry her or something like that. Don't just screw around and then, because she got pregnant.
Well, both of them said if we get pregnant, we'll take care of it, which is that's an absurd way of birth control. Method of birth control.
Well, women say that because they love the guy and they think, well, if they actually get pregnant, he won't be a jerk. He'll actually stay around and marry me. But who wants someone like that?
We've all had friends who the chick got pregnant. I got a guy who was best man in his wedding. Mm-hmm. He was obviously before they got married. He was getting ready to leave her. Amazingly, she pops up pregnant.
Well, it's the same thing with my husband. The ex-wife, she amazingly got pregnant. You know how she told him? She left the pregnancy test on the bathroom counter and then left and went to work. And when she came home, he's like, "You're pregnant?" And she's like, "Yeah." And then he married her. It's like stupid people use protection. If you don't want kids,
yeah, you don't use abortion as a method a means of birth control. Some people do.
No doubt.
No, you don't.
I knew this girl, and that's the way she did, and she had 3 abortions. I'm like, you stupid fool. By the time you realize how immature you are and want to have children.
Jesus, what is that? What is the matter?
What is this?
Oh, you scared the crap out of me. Don't ever do that again.
Thanks, Deborah.
That's Michael Jackson's mugshot.
Jesus! I just saw it laying over there.
You were pointing at the ground like there's spiders or something.
No. I saw that laying over there, hat turned sideways.
I just tossed it over there in the last break.
That does not look like a human being.
That's his. I want you to look at the stats. Look how tall he is and look how much he weighs.
Hold on. Hi, Kathy.
Hello, Russ.
Yes, ma'am.
I am another sister calling in, and I like to say that I enjoy your show very, very much. And to the young lady, other black sister that called, apparently she does not have a life because we talk about each other all the time worse than white people do, and it's just all in fun. So you're doing a fantastic job.
And you didn't hear it. She called me some bad names.
Oh, she doesn't have a life. That's all it is. She'll be all right.
Okay.
She didn't call you mean, right?
Yes, the hell she did.
Have you ever heard, JD?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of what we call things when we rig them up?
No.
If something is broken? Never?
No.
My, I'm going to see if any other blacks will call in because we got something else. When we fix something and just rig it up, we have another name.
Really?
Done well?
Yes.
What is that?
It's called nigger rigging.
No, it's not.
Of course.
Why would you call it that?
Because we fix it the best way we can until we can get it fixed right.
Thanks, sweetie.
You're welcome. Goodbye.
I've never heard that. I've done it, but I've certainly never heard it. I didn't know until now what the correct term was.
It's not the correct term.
She just said it was.
She's black.
She should know.
She can say whatever she wants.
All right, what am I looking at on this mic? That does not look like a human being.
That's him today.
And why I never noticed his eyes being so big.
Yeah.
And it's highlighted because he wears mascara.
Right. I want you to look at how tall he is first.
All right. He is.
It's on the left column.
I'm looking. Santa Barbara Sheriff. Where'd you get? Oh, did you get this off Smoking Gun?
Smoking Gun, yeah. There, you got it.
How'd they get that so quick?
All right. It's released. It's public knowledge.
All right. Photo of Jackson Michael. Race. Yeah, whatever. Sex, male. Date of birth, 8/29/1958. Age 45. Height, 5'11".
Okay, now go to the right column and look under weight. 5'11" and
120 pounds. He didn't look that thin on TV.
He wears a lot of clothes. There's a lot of stuff. Can you imagine?
That's a chick's physique. 5'11", 120 pounds. And that's even a thin chick.
It's a skinny chick.
Michael Jackson. Anything else?
It's just his.
That big. Why would you?
They have to have a mugshot.
I don't understand why he wants to look that way.
And how do you get up in the morning and look in the mirror and go, perfect?
And he's obviously wearing lipstick.
Yeah. Look at that nose.
I'm just looking at the nose and
eyes.
The eyes and the jawline.
No.
It absolutely doesn't look like a human. And the makeup doesn't help.
No. It probably does. You think about it. Imagine that.
I don't think lipstick on a guy does much for his overall appearance.
It's just scary. It's a scary, scary picture.
I got to stare at this for a while.
I mean, if you didn't know better, you'd think somebody photoshopped that. You'd go, oh, what did the original look like?
Or they go, hey, we went to Madam What's-Her-Names and took a picture of this wax figure.
Right.
And there it is. You seen that? Who's that?
It's Tim Powers.
Oh, our attorney buddy. Hi, Timmy.
Hey, Russ. How are you, sir?
What were you doing in court today?
Oh, I was doing a bunch of pleas and driver's license hearings for folks who had their driver's license suspended, and I'm sorry I was running late.
Oh, that's all right. How could this thing play out with Jackson? Because I know now in California, the person that makes the accusation, whoever said he did it, doesn't have to testify in court.
Right. They can use hearsay statements and what they call outcry statements to the therapist, and that's how the law in California has changed since last time when Michael was sued.
All right. How do they, obviously the family would have to give the therapist permission to testify.
Not necessarily, because the state's rules vary for privilege on counselors. In fact, sometimes if you go to a counselor here, like a drug alcohol counselor or sex offender counselor, some of that is not privileged between the counselor and the patient, where it might be between a doctor and a patient, because a lot of the counselors are what they call LPCs. They're licensed professional counselors. They don't have a doctorate.
Right. So what I tell them isn't held in confidence by law?
It is held in confidence, but they can get it from subpoenas.
I didn't know that.
But here they have a willing victim. This cancer patient is a willing victim, apparently, and is certainly willing to testify. So I think that the counselor or the therapist, even if it's a PhD or an MD, would certainly have permission to talk to that. But sometimes the therapist do have an affirmative obligation. In Texas, they do in a number of things. They actually have to report abuses. Teachers do as well. If a teacher, sees somebody with what looks like an electrical cord swatch in the back, they have to report that to CPS.
Yeah, of course, nobody did anything when I was a kid.
No. My mother did the same thing, and nobody stopped her.
See? Tim, how old are you, Tim?
48.
You get whippings?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
How long did yours last?
My father would sit down in his chair, and he would tell my mother how many times to hit me, and it was 5 or 6. And my mother had this. They called it a rivet strap, but it was a belt with rhinestones on it, kind of a thing, and those hurt.
And you'd only get hit 5 or 10 times?
Yeah, 5, 10 times. It depended on the offense and what kind of a mood my dad was in.
Please. At my house, that was the holidays.
He says his mother would whip him for 2 or 3 minutes or whatever.
I'm not kidding. You get Mark on the phone, he'll tell you. She was even-handed about it. She beat us both the same amount of time. Nobody ever got off easy.
As long as she was fair.
Yeah. What's the burden of proof on something like this? Because obviously there's going to be no physical evidence.
No, there's going to be no physical evidence. It's beyond a reasonable doubt, and the state meets that burden every day. But it's a tough burden. It's the highest burden, but it's probably going to come down to a piss and match. It's that the victim is going to get up and they're going to say this. The therapist is probably going to testify as to what the psychological effects may have been if this was true, and then Jackson will testify. He almost would have to, I would think, that it did not happen. Problem is, Jackson has made TV interviews saying, oh, yeah, I've slept with, all these kids in the bed. It's been, marvelous. I've tucked them in, and it's nothing sexual. That puts him in proximity.
Still doesn't prove abuse.
It doesn't prove abuse, but all they have to prove is lewd and lascivious conduct, which is, touching. They have to prove sexual gratification,
right?
And they have to, with its intent of arousing either that person or himself, and they have to really put something, put part of their person on part of the member of the body thereof. That would be either the genitals or something else.
So this obviously comes down to whoever's telling the better story.
It comes down to who the jury believes. And
that sounds like something more that you'd hear in a civil trial.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about criminal action here, and you can't show pictures. There's absolutely nothing that they have to say, yes, this happened. Here's tangible evidence. You got to take the word of just somebody testifying.
Sure, and that happens a lot. It happens a lot.
That whole concept scares me, because anybody could come up and say, and I'm going to use JD's excuse because I don't want any part of this, that, JD attacked somebody or raped or touched or whatever. And at that point, it just comes down to who can tell a better story.
And I see that every day, because the primary thing where it happens is assault family violence cases where there's no marks, and hearsay statements are admissible in the state of Texas, and a wife or girlfriend will say, my boyfriend, my husband hit me, I felt pain, there's no mark. Somebody is going to jail when the police are called out, absolutely, and it's going to be his word against hers, and it's going to be who the jury believes. And a lot of times there's some sort of motive involved. Divorce is pending, immigration issues, that she wants to stay in the country. Yeah. She finds the husband cheating on her. He cancels the credit cards, and she gets back at him. Mm-hmm. A lot of that happens more often than you think, Russ, and it's scary. It scares the hell out of me.
And I'm going through my head, how do you protect yourself, just in our position? How do you protect yourself from that happening? And you can't.
No, if I was ever to...
If you're truly innocent, a lot of times, and I've been very successful in getting a lot of cases dismissed because we send them to a polygraph examiner to have them take a polygraph test. Now, for here, you get two issues with Jackson. One, did he make any physical contact? And two, was it for the sexual gratification of himself or another? And those are two things to polygraph somebody on. Polygraph test is inadmissible in court, but it's an investigative tool, and you take it to the DA, and if it's a respected polygraph examiner, I probably had 70, 80 cases dismissed over the recent couple of years because of favorable polygraph tests.
I didn't even know that they would look at it.
So it never gets to court, so it's not admissible, so the jury never sees that because there's never a jury. They drop it at the DA level.
Right, yeah, the DA, JD, either the DA will not present it to the grand jury and decide there's not enough evidence there, or they may dismiss the case, or they may reduce it to a lesser included charge of which may fit in with the elements in which the person ever did commit. For example, if it was a sexual assault, and but there was some pain because it was the girl's first time, and she was 35 years old in a case that I had, he did commit a Class A assault because he did commit bodily injury, which can be defined as pain, and they give him time served or something. There's a lot of ways to work with it, but DAs will certainly look at evidence because the DAs have an oath that they're supposed to seek justice, not a conviction.
Right. I like the way that Michael had his plane pull into a hangar so nobody actually saw him being arrested. I wish I had that luxury.
And, of course, they weren't going to give him special treatment, right?
No. Yeah, no special treatment for you. By the way, you want to pull your jet into this hangar.
We've got a private space here for you.
I'm sure his lawyer negotiated the terms of we'll turn you over, but we'll do it in a terminal, in a hangar.
Now, you don't negotiate. They know where he was. They're going to find him sooner or later.
Well, he did.
But since he was out of state, it would have been a problem getting him back. It would take him 2 to 3 weeks. So if they can work out some deal to get him back real quick, it's probably worked to everybody's benefit.
All right, so they've got him on $3 million bail, which is what, $300,000 he's got to cough up?
$300,000, or they probably pledged his house.
Okay. How do you think this will play out?
It's going to depend. If I was representing Jackson, number one, the problem I'd have is client control. I don't think you can control what he says, and that's the big problem.
So you wouldn't want him on the stand?
No, I can't see any benefit about that because I don't know what his side of the story is.
I think the jury's going to want him to say to them, I didn't do this. I didn't have any contact with this kid. I didn't touch his genitalia. This is absurd.
Right, I think I would certainly do that. The problem is, I think that now, because the California law has changed and he has been arrested, let's see who comes out of the woodwork. If there are any other kids, because he has kids there all the time, and see if anything's that, or what I'm sure Mark will do is he will have all the other children who have stayed there that have not had sexual contact to show that this is not a course of continuing activity, and it's likely there might be some ulterior motive. I'd also send Jackson in for sexual counseling, what they call a risk assessment. They have several tests they can give to say if there's any, pedophilia tendencies. And try to do a lot of mitigation work to try to prove that this has to be false because this is not part of his character and he does not have tendencies towards this. But his persona on the public almost suggests that he might.
And this really has nothing to do with whether he's guilty or not, but what kind of idiot parent leaves their kid over there?
Oh, I know.
He's never been charged with anything like this before, but he's been accused.
Yeah.
Well, just the way he looks, would you even talk to this guy on the street with a mask on?
Have you seen his mugshot yet?
Yeah, it's amazing. And I was hearing you and JD talk about his weight. That just, I couldn't believe what he weighed.
Yeah. This honest to God does not look like a human being. It looks like something that Sid and Marty, coughed up. Yeah. All right, how long can they stretch these things out?
In California, probably 6 to 8 months. They'll have to have an affidavit within 45 days, probably a preliminary hearing within 90 to 120 days, and trial probably wouldn't be till about this time next year if it does go to trial.
Really?
Yeah. I think he's looking at 3 to 8.
And he can't do the same thing he did last time by going to the family and going, hey, I'll give you this cash, we settle this out of court, because now the charges have already been filed.
Right, the charges have already been filed, and he certainly can do that, and I'm not familiar with all the California laws, but that would be tampering with a witness. It would be a real problem here in Texas. He certainly can make some sort of settlement offer, but I think that would be a really, really bad move because it would be an admission of guilt.
Well, I think he was able to do it last time. I guess maybe because it wasn't against the law in California, but things have changed since then, and now he can't.
Right, and he did that proactively before any criminal charges were filed.
Right, yeah, like I said, he's only been accused. He's never been charged.
Sure,
This is the first go-around. All right. Thank you, sir.
Russ, you have a great day, sir.
All right. Bye. Tim Powers. His website is timpowers.com. Was that Russell Johnson on the hotline?
Yeah, he was returning your call.
Oh, that's right.
We called.
I forgot.
I know.
Was he just calling to thank us for the wine?
Yeah, and he wanted to talk to you as well.
Oh, all right. Call him back in a little bit. Do we have time for news? No? All right. We'll take a break. We'll be back.
This is Russ Martin.
Okay. There we go. You set?
I am.
All right. 606. J.D. Ryan's to do a legal ID on Live 105.
Thank you, Russ. Brought to us by New Car Toys in South Lake, where I'll be Saturday, 2 until 4. It's on East South Lake Boulevard. I'll have all kinds of cool stuff to give you. When a 24-year-old student at Texas Wesleyan University in Fort Worth showed up for class November the 14th looking ill, she told her classmates she had given birth earlier that day at her home. According to a search warrant, the woman, who was a Hearst resident, told classmates no one knew about her unplanned pregnancy and that she had taken the baby to a hospital. Police suspect the same baby, was the one found earlier the morning of November the 14th inside a trash bin behind a Hearst strip mall on East Harwood Road. Within an hour of his birth, the baby was found inside a trash bag by a veterinarian clinic worker who mistook the boy's cries for that of an animal. Acting on tips, police obtained a search warrant and spent hours Wednesday combing through her Hearst home for clothing, trash bags, towels, and other evidence. Police also obtained oral swabs from the woman that will be used in DNA testing. Now, Michael Jackson already back in Las Vegas, according to CNN. The bad blood between Michael Jackson and the prosecutor who filed child molestation charges against him goes back more than a decade. Tom Sneeden tried to build a child molestation case against Jackson, but it fell apart when the singer's accuser reportedly accepted a multi-million-dollar civil settlement and refused to testify in any criminal case. CBS, by the way, has announced late yesterday that it has yanked its Michael Jackson special after California police issued the warrant. Michael Jackson No. 1s was scheduled to air next Wednesday, coinciding with the release of his new CD. A fire destroyed a museum founded by a Holocaust survivor on Tuesday. An arson is suspected. The fire was reported at the Candles Museum just after midnight, and it gutted the building. Someone wrote, "Remember Timothy McVeigh" on the wall. Candles stands for Children of Auschwitz, Nazi. I can't speak German. It's German, isn't it? The Nazi deadly experiment survivors.
Say it again.
No.
No, really. I want you to say it until we think you're close.
I can't say it.
Read it again. Sound it out.
Auschwitz. A-U-S-C-H.
Mm-hmm.
Auschwitz.
Ow.
Did you hurt yourself? Japanese scientists have
Remember that bad morning show I told you to listen to?
Yeah?
They would have said something like that.
Okay, I'll listen to them tomorrow.
I want everybody, I'll write down the call letters. I want everybody on the show to listen. And I don't mean this in a way of, here's what you don't do, but I just want you to hear how bad it can be.
Is it that horrible?
It's absolutely horrid.
Because I know one person that's on that, and that's just weird.
I have the alarm set to that station now.
Okay. I'll do that tomorrow morning. What's
just
the worst
so
hour?
I can, it's all bad. There's a consistency there. It's just, I set the clock for 7 o'clock.
Okay.
And I just lay in bed. I can't turn it off. It's like going through rotten.com or something.
Man.
I want everybody to listen tomorrow.
Okay.
Listeners are free to call in and guess.
Okay. Japanese scientists have figured out why old people's gas stinks so much.
It's air going through rotted meat. So the next story.
No, they say it's cholesterol. Actually, an odor expert from Japan's Institute of Physical and Chemical Research says it is cholesterol. Cholesterol builds up as you get older and is directly responsible for the stink. They also say they have advice.
Hey, get Russell Johnson back on the phone.
God.
What?
For women worried about the smell of their flatulence, they recommend you eating a lot of yogurt and vegetables to keep your cholesterol low. The Crossroads Mall in Kalamazoo, Michigan is giving out pagers to kids so they don't have to wait in line to see Santa. Basically, the old-fashioned line to sit in Santa's lap is kind of like, waiting for a table at the Olive Garden. You just get your little beeper. The new system is designed to make you, of course, spend more money at the mall. And when you're at work, you know it when you hear it. We called it a Dan Lewis story. The gory details inside of your coworker's medical procedure, the prowess of their significant others in bed, the secretary, no good spouse, whatever it is. When it comes to sharing details of your personal lives, some particulars are better left out, according to this new survey. There's a fine line between being conversational and revealing too much. When you give your workmate information that puts you in a negative light, they will use it.
Hey, Dan, go through all the phone lines that are lit up and just type in the call letters. And so I want to see how many people are in on this. It's horrid. All right, go ahead. Is that Russell Johnson? Wrap up your story.
That's it.
Okay.
Don't talk too much at work.
All right. Mr. Johnson?
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Russell, I'm well, thank you.
Good.
Listen, I wanted to thank you so much for that wonderful bottle of wine that you sent for my birthday.
It was very expensive.
Well, it was terrific. I'm telling you, I enjoyed it very much.
Did you already finish it off?
I gave Connie a little bit of it.
Yeah, she said she had some, but she doesn't like wine.
Yeah, but she liked that. So what are you sending me next week? Anyway, it was great, Russell, and I love you. Thank you so much. It was great. It was the best bottle of wine I've had in 30 years.
What was it? Because it actually was JD's sister that picked it out. What was it that we sent?
We sent Chateau Latour, Pomerol, a Bordeaux, one of the great wineries of the world.
Well, Connie said you like. What color was the wine? I don't know wines.
Red.
Red. Connie said you liked her good red wine.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, it's one of the best. You think about the Chateau Lafite Rothschild, Chateau Margaux, Chateau Latour. Those are, you're talking top of the line out of France. Believe me.
So you know a nice, expensive bottle of wine when you try it.
You're darn right.
Good.
That was really absolutely wonderful.
You also made me put the price on the card that I sent.
Yeah. And JD, really? I thank you too, JD.
Thank you very much. You're more than welcome. Glad you enjoyed it.
It was very, very, very kind of you guys.
How'd you talk Connie into coming home early from Istanbul? Because obviously, by the news, was it today, the explosion? Yeah, by the news today with the explosion in the market area, that was a good call.
Well, it was right after the first explosions. There was all of a sudden I realized, man, and the guy who was supposed to be her guide couldn't be. That was arranged from here, and he had a full-time job and couldn't do it, and so she was left to her own devices. And she got her business done as quickly as possible, and I said, get out of there, come on home. And she did. Believe me, I'm so glad she did.
Yeah, because you don't know where she would have been today when that happened. Because how many people did it kill? Over 100?
No, 380 wounded, and I think the last time I counted, it was right at 30 dead.
Okay.
And then 380 badly wounded.
Because she had business in the market area, didn't she?
I don't know quite where her business was. Everything there is within 15, 20 minutes of everything else.
Right.
So that's when those first explosions went off in those synagogues, they were 20 minutes away from where she was.
Right.
And today they might have, could have been closer. I don't know. All I know is that all of a sudden, after being very quiet for years, Istanbul has exploded. But I'm so glad that she's back.
Yeah. Hey, where were you when Kennedy was shot?
I was in Hollywood.
What were you doing?
Crying. I was, I was acting. I was home. I had my small children. It was the first time I think my son ever saw me cry. He looked at me and couldn't figure out why.
Now, isn't that weird? Because I can't think of any time in my adult life that if a president, like when Reagan was shot, yeah. I didn't think about crying. Well, of course, he didn't die.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
Why do you think the country embraced Kennedy differently than the way we've done the rest of the presidents?
Well, he came in. He came in after Eisenhower, and he was kind of a fresh thing. A hope. There was a lot of hope there in the world, and a hope in this country for the country because of him and all of that. It was just one of those wonderful, uplifting moments in history. And then 3 years into it, bam. He has his head blown off. I mean, it was unbelievable. And they're still arguing about who did it and who was behind it all. Believe me, I think ABC says, well, it was just one gunman. No, it might have been. Well, there are many people.
There's a special on ABC tonight where they go back and they said they've gone through all these different documents, and I believe they said millions, and they come back to the conclusion that Oswald was on his own.
Yeah, I know. But they still have this grassy knoll thing, and I've just read something about the autopsy on him, in which says there was an entrance in his neck that came from the front. So, I mean, it's like, there's still a lot of controversy about what happened to Abraham Lincoln.
Right. Where were you when he got shot?
Stop it. Stop.
Hey.
Martin. Oh, you threw that out.
Anyway, that was funny.
Thank you.
But, okay. Anyway, he was a great hope for this country at that moment, and we lost him.
Yeah. And there were certainly enough people that didn't like the Kennedy administration.
Right.
That I think that's one of the biggest reasons all the conspiracy theories that were out there, because he had so many different people pissed off at him.
Well, it could be, but show me a president that hasn't been so.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You can line more people up with Richard Nixon in one way or another, or that kind of thing.
Okay.
It's a controversial job.
All right.
Except for who was it? Coolidge, I guess. He was kind of a quiet guy.
Did you cry?
No.
Wet it.
No.
What about when McKinley got it?
Anyway, Russell.
Go. All right. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed the wine. It was very kind of you to call.
Well, it was very kind of you to send it, you and JD. We love you, and we thank you so much.
Well, we'll bring a bigger bottle when we fly up next year.
Okay, that would be great.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Russell Johnson from Gilligan's Island. His website is russelljohnson.tv.
Glad you like the wine. It's very nice.
So I still owe you $50?
Yes.
What about shipping? What if shipping? Obviously, shipping couldn't have cost much if it took a week to get there.
Packing and shipping was like $15. I'll just eat that.
All right. Good.
Damn.
Let me see what everybody's got. All the guesses are wrong.
Really?
Yeah. They've got the Bone, KZPS, Wild 100. Most of them are guessing Wild. The Eagle, Mix, Edge. No.
Those all suck, but this one.
You'll listen in the morning. I want you to listen at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
And you listen. You only have to listen for 5 minutes. And you'll get the whole thrust of it.
Okay. Tomorrow morning.
I'm shocked it's on in Dallas-Fort Worth. We do a bunch of stupid stuff that I'm embarrassed for from time to time, but I'm shocked that this show is on in Dallas-Fort Worth. If anybody guesses right, of course, they're going to guess sooner or later. There are only 35 stations.
Yes.
All right. You say, we needed a break? All right. Did you finish?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll wrap it up. There's news and information. I'm J.D. Ryan, live 105.3.
This is Russ Martin. To all that surrounds him. Now, at 214-787-1053.
Did you do news?
Yeah, I'm finished.
All right. Let me see. Dan's screen calls. Line 1 and 5 have it right. Craddock, The Beat, and The Wolf are all wrong. I haven't heard those shows, but 1 and 5 are correct. All right. What do we got to play here, Eddie?
Hey, what did I tell you?
Let me see them quickly. I can see that they didn't fix the floors in here.
Sorry.
What's the word on that?
They were still waiting for somebody to... The last time I talked to them, they were waiting for a PO or something like that. Somebody to say it's okay to spend the money.
What does it cost? I'll pay for it.
That I have no... Because they'd have to come in and redeck the whole floor.
Okay, why didn't they do that when we moved in? because these floors have squeaked since day one. It's not like everything just settled in the course of a year and all of a sudden they squeak.
I can't answer that question. I really can't.
My favorite excuse so far is, well, we'd have to spend an entire Saturday doing that. Okay, good.
Yeah.
No, they enjoy that. So nobody can move a foot and a half in the studio without hearing that.
Yeah.
A broadcast studio.
Yes.
100,000 watt FM station in Dallas-Fort Worth.
Or if someone walks by and talks in the hall, you can hear it.
Yeah. You would think that would be an immediate concern.
Yes.
I guess I might have to have a fit with Siebert. I don't like throwing my weight around.
Mm-hmm.
But that's got to be done.
It's got to.
What were you and Tassos talking about in the hall about Born on the 4th of July?
Oh, we were talking about, I stood up on some of your weights. I said, I like being taller. He asked me how tall I was. I told him I was about 5'10", but that's still taller than Tom Cruise. He said, when did you meet Tom Cruise? And I told him,
that's right.
Told him that story when I was on the Born on the 4th of July set.
You were an extra.
It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. We'd all been working since like 5 o'clock the previous day.
Oh, what do they pay you for that?
$50.
For all day?
Yeah. And they feed you. But I really did it just for the experience of watching Tom Cruise work. And back when I really thought, there was a passing moment when I thought really acting, I want to get into that. And I wanted to see what it was like on a major movie set and how he worked. And
how did he work?
He worked, he's very, very focused. He would, in between takes, like, at one point, the microphone in his little thing, his shirt wasn't working.
Right.
You want to watch some people panic. Because he's been in the trailer, it's freezing cold. They finally get him out, they get him sitting in the wheelchair, and the mic doesn't work.
Okay.
You've got assistant directors running every which direction, just panicking. He's just sitting in a wheelchair, singing Moon River. I'll never forget this, singing Moon River to himself. Just watching. I mean, everybody's panicked around him, and he's just going, Moon River.
Was there a reason for that song?
Staying focused. That's in the movie. At some point, he was just.
Oh, it is.
He was just running through it in his mind. He was staying in character and focus while everybody panicked.
And isn't it understood that on a movie set, if you're an extra, you don't walk up to the star of the movie and ask for an autograph?
Not really. It's not really a rule. It's just. I didn't know that. It was 3 a.m. and he was just standing there. I didn't know he was running lines. This looked like he's talking to me.
Did he wig?
He wigged. Yeah, he didn't say a word to me. I'll never forget this day. His eyes just bugged out and he just bristled. Like, I said, excuse me, Mr. President, no, didn't mean to bother you, but, I got about that far and he just bristled. Didn't look at me, he just kind of looked off.
Yeah?
By that time I felt an arm on my arm. Excuse me, can we talk to you right over here for just a moment? Can we just right over here? And I'm like, I'm just talking to the Tom. You go, okay, Tommy, I'll be back. They need me over here. And they went, don't ever speak. In fact, leave. They didn't throw me off. But they said, never, ever speak to the star. He was just bored. I was just trying to help him.
You don't know? I didn't even get a chance to. I mean, don't talk to me now.
He's a lot.
Thanks for queering the deal with me and Tom.
But he's about 5'8". Maybe, about 5'8". A couple inches shorter.
Well, how tall is Nicole Kidman?
Almost 6 foot.
Okay. Because she bitched that she couldn't wear high heels around him.
Yeah.
5'8". Is it about right here?
Yeah, but it'd be right here on me.
It's about to my mouth?
Right.
Runt. Good.
I didn't know. I've never been on a major movie set before. Never again either, I might add.
You didn't do another one?
No. Part-time, $50 for 12 hours work and food? No. Freezing cold? Never. Just wanted to say I did it once.
Wonder how Dan did it for so long.
I have no concept how you do that for $50.
Well, you didn't have any speaking lines.
No.
What did you play?
I was just a cop. In 2 different scenes, I'm a cop. So.
Can you actually see yourself on film?
I never did. I look back at the scene, I know right where I was, but they were using such depth of focus, you really can't tell.
So you've been blurred?
And just amount of detail, like they had propaganda pamphlets out on this table, and they're not just paper, they are really propaganda from that time, and it's stacks and stacks. At some point they had to print that. You never see that in the movie.
But when they're printing the stuff or when they're doing the costumes, they don't know how the director is going to shoot, so they don't know if there's going to be a scene where you can read it.
So much attention to detail. It's amazing. But that was Oliver Stone.
It's like everybody in Dallas or North Texas was in that stinking movie.
Yeah.
Any actor, any extra, whatever. There's nobody in North Texas that you couldn't bring that out and think, oh, I was in that.
movie.
And RoboCop.
He was very focused. He would get him up, like, between his, if he had to go to the bathroom, he would jog to his trailer and jog back. He wouldn't like, he'd just take a casual stroll. People are waiting on me. Tom Cruise would come back. He'd run off and run right back. And right before each take, this was the weird thing. He had a guy standing next to him with nothing but a jump rope. And when this gets boring, just tell me. And right before they do a take.
Now it's time to play everybody's favorite game.
Thanks for the setup.
And here's your host, Russ Martin.
What are we playing for?
We'll be playing for 12 months bronze level web hosting from VertBiz.com, the official web host of Live 105.3, The Russ Martin Show. A month at Larry North Fitness at LarryNorth.com and his book, Living Lean. Plus, free lunch where you can live lean at admission for 4 at the Penthouse Club in Kahlua Prize Pack.
All right. What did he do? He would just jump rope in between takes?
Get everybody settled, and then they'd say, ready? Are you ready, Mr. Cruz? And he'd get up. He'd take about 10 jumps, sit back down, there you go. It was weird. I don't know why.
I didn't even tell Dan to line up 3 people to... Dan lined up 3 people. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead with fabulous story. Tell it again.
That's all.
No, now it's time to tell it. Why would he jump rope in between takes?
I really don't know. Maybe to get his heart... Because he was sitting in a wheelchair, maybe to get his heart rate up so he'd have energy for the take. I really have no clue. It's only scene I was in or around, and he did it every single take. Everybody had to get settled first. Quiet on set. This will be movie. This is film. This is up. Ready? And the guy would hand him his jump rope. He'd get up and go, tick, 4, 5, sit back down. Action.
What the hell's wrong with him?
I don't know. I have no idea what that was for.
How many days were you on the set?
1 miserable day.
Were they done with you, or did you quit?
I just didn't go back. I saw it. I got it. I don't want to do it again.
You didn't get your $50?
Yeah, they sent it to me about 6 months later. Minus taxes.
And you were there how long?
Almost 12 hours. Got there at 5 p.m. But you got to realize they also had 300-400 extras, so everybody had to go through wardrobe. Everybody had to be, cattle called around. It was a mess. It was a big scene. It was the one where he's rolling across the campus on the SMU. It's supposed to be the day after the Kent State killings. And
okay, so the year would have been 1970.
Right.
All right.
So, and they're rolling.
Or 69 or 70.
He's rolling across the campus and talking to his co-star about the previous day's activities. That's all. And that took 12-hour day to shoot a scene that ended up being about 40 seconds.
Huh. How long did it take you to shoot that Blacks commercial where you got all the money?
That was a short day.
That one you got, what, 50, 60 grand?
I got almost 50 grand on that one. So all I did was laugh all day, but that was about 6 hours. That was just camera going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. We broke for lunch. We did a few more takes and we left.
What else did you do? Pro cuts?
Did pro cut. I did a ton of them.
What'd you get for pro cuts?
I think that was just a day shoot, $500.
Oh.
Shot that in about an hour. It was only a 10-second spot.
You do anything else?
Tons.
Well, you should be rich. Where's all your money?
It's $500 a day. You got to realize that's also, you've gone to probably 8 to 10 auditions, and then you get a call back, and then you get a commercial.
Right. It's a great story, but Dan has people lined up now.
Good.
Hi, Robert.
What's up, man?
Yeah. What do you do for a living?
Mechanic.
What about you, Ed?
I'm a retail manager.
Okay. Did you already say what we were playing for?
Yes.
Okay. You guys know how to play?
Absolutely.
All right. We'll be asking you questions about the show. If you know the answer, say your name. Here we go. Did you mark the finishers, Eddie?
Yes.
All right. Who on the show can't find the perfect woman and might be spending the holidays alone, but at least he has a job and Dan Lewis doesn't?
Ed.
Ed, go ahead.
That would be you.
Thank you. Who do we know that feels really important every time someone has to ask him to turn the pump on? Who is Dan Lewis? Who on the show will celebrate his birthday by role-playing sex games like Nurse Nancy and Augie the Big-Headed Pig?
Robert.
Ed, go ahead.
That'd be JD.
Thanks, Eddie. Haven't done that one yet.
Who do we know that is paying for a trip overseas with rentmymother.com?
Ed.
Ed, go ahead.
That'd be Trey Trenholm.
Trey is right. Who on the show would have the Peter Pan syndrome, but Peter Pan didn't have a cool car?
Ed.
Ed, go ahead.
That'd be you.
That's right. Who on the show can't jog because the annoying sound of his teeth slap? Go ahead, Ed.
That would be Dan.
No.
Oh.
Robert?
Who's Trey?
No. Sound of his teeth slapping around drives him crazy. That would be Tassos. Who do we know that actually has to list Black Bart as a job on his resume?
Ed.
Ed, go ahead.
That'd be Dan.
Dan Lewis. Who on the show should do commercials for Kleenex, except he doesn't use them for a runny nose?
Ed.
Ed, go ahead.
That'd be JD.
No. Robert? That would be me. Who do we know that uses his mom as a reference for jobs and for dates? Yes, Ed?
That'd be Trey.
Trey is right. Who on the show can't look straight up because his huge head would cause him to fall backwards?
Robert.
Ed, go ahead.
That'd be JD.
JD is right. Let's see what else we have here. Who on the show pretends that he's a walrus by hanging... I gotta start over, I cuss.
Robert.
Go ahead, Robert.
Who's JD?
No. Who on the show pretends that he's a walrus by hanging his teats from his mouth and bellowing?
Ed.
Ed, go ahead. Tassos is right.
Nice visual.
Who do we know that gets a little golden star every time he pulls out a mommy without... God. And go ahead. I don't have to finish that one. Who on the show finds his happy place to relieve...
Ed.
Go ahead, Ed.
JD.
JD is right. Who on the show finds his happy place to relieve stress on the island of big-headed misfits? Next one. Who on the show displayed his grief over the death of Al Brumley by feeling up Brumley's mom?
Robert.
Robert, go ahead.
JD.
No.
Ed.
Ed?
You.
Yes. Who do we know that needs to get his prostate checked because mommy felt a lump? Ed, go ahead.
Trey.
Trey is right. Who do we know that is getting ready for Christmas by painting his skin tags green and calling him his little elves? Ed, go ahead.
Oh, I just had a brain fart. Go ahead. Take it off.
No, Dan Lewis.
I know. We'll take Dan Lewis too because we've also said Dan has skin tags.
About him earlier.
Yeah, that's Lee.
Yeah.
All right, who on the show feels bad every time he goes into Target and drops his change into Dan Lewis's little red bucket? Ed, go ahead.
You.
Yes, or JD or Eddie, anybody on the show. Who on the show has a weekend job as the great...
Robert.
Go ahead, Robert.
Dan Lewis.
No. Who on the show has a weekend job as the great Tassos and the teat juggling fool? Or great Tassos, the teat juggling fool. Ed?
Dan?
No, it's Tassos, you jack.
How you gonna get the answer out of the statement or in the question?
Who do we know that can't even sell his blood because who wants bad decision-making coursing through their veins? Ed, go ahead.
Dan Lewis.
Dan Lewis. Who on the show has to smoke a pound of pot just to get a head rush? Ed, go ahead. JD is right. Eddie. Who on the show finds it easy to tell L.A. Lamont that he loves her? Ed.
That'd be you, Russ.
Yes. The same way he told Everett he wasn't banging Valerie.
Very nice.
Think all you want. Okay. I didn't bang Valerie.
Okay.
In the ass. Who do we know that grapples with all the choices in life and then gives up, goes home, and screws his mom?
Ed.
Go ahead. That's right. Who on the show bought a crippled kid a bike?
Ed. You, Russ.
And got to watch him ride it all the way over to Kid Craddock's radio station.
By the way, is he going to be putting that little suit?
The slug?
Yeah.
Did we find one?
My wife's trying to find.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're making him a slug outfit.
Put him in the seat. You'll be okay.
Hang on a second. Let me see which one I want to finish with. Who do we know? All right, here we go. Here are the last three. Who do we know that loved comic books so much that he freed up... Go ahead, Robert.
Dan Lewis.
Dan Lewis is right. That he freed up all the rest of his life just to read them. Who on the show has inspired new doggy treats called Kibbles and Teats? Ed, go ahead. Tassos is right. And finally, Who do we know that hates it when his mom tries to spit it back in his mouth? Hey, go ahead.
Robert with 2 should spend more time on RussMartin.info. Ed had 20.
Tell Ed what he has.
He's got a month free workout at Larry North Fitness, LarryNorthFitness.com, and the book Living Lean, 12 months bronze level web hosting service from VertBiz.com, the official web host of Live 105.3 and the Russ Martin Show. Free lunch and admission for 4 to the Penthouse Club and a Kahlua prize pack.
This is Russ Martin.
We have another break before Liz Love. Okay. We have anything we didn't get to? Emails, whatever?
Oh, tons.
Lord. You clear those out. Anybody asking for money? Those are my favorite.
They're asking for money, and here's somebody that wants free LASIK. You want that? My birthday is Friday the 20th.
Hold on. Let me see. These are a lot better with the...
Tomorrow's this person's birthday.
All right.
My birthday is this Friday, the 21st of November, and I'm trying to get my birthday wish fulfilled. This falls into the category of it never hurts to ask. The most you can say is no. Sometimes on the other shows, they will give away breast augmentation, among other things, and I guess the station picks up the tab. Maybe you could give this lucky listener LASIK for my birthday, and the station could pay for it. I work a part-time job and do not have the funds to get this done. I can't work full-time because my daughter has ALL. Thanks for taking the time to read this. I hope forward to hearing from you.
What the hell is ALL?
I don't know.
ALS.
ALL?
Let me see it.
That's Lou Gehrig's deal.
What's ALS? Work part-time. Do not have the funds to have this done. I can't work full-time because my daughter has ALL. I can't think what the hell that would be. Oh, there's no phone number. Well, then I won't be able to call and say no.
Okay.
Why would I pay for your LASIK?
Sometimes radio stations do wacky things like that.
Blowing your eyes?
No. It does burn.
Yeah, I'm sure it feels like LASIK. Do you need this for anything?
No.
Hold on. Let's have somebody call in and tell us what ALL is. Okay. Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
Can you ask Russ not to use that music when he's doing his greedy listeners' emails?
Why is that?
That's Brumley's music. That's Brumley's tribute music. They don't need to be using that for no greedy bastards wanting stuff for free.
Okay. Thank you. He's right. That does make me think of Brumley. Because that's the music we use on the website for his little tribute.
All right.
Let me see what else I got. One moment, please.
Tia Whitey.
No. Yes.
Okay, here we go. Russ, my name is Scott. I was the jackass standing out in front of your studio with a sandwich board in my boxers trying to get a producer job at the RMS. I thought for sure that would at least get me a sit-down with you, but obviously not. Russ, listen, I'm just a country boy from Wyoming. Thought for sure that would help. I've been here in Dallas for a year now and can't get a radio job to save my life. You've been in Dallas for a whole year, Russ.
Right.
Can't get a radio job to save his life. I've tried tons of emails to Chloe.
Oh, I got this guy because I sent him back an email that said, where did you work before you moved here?
Right.
Nowhere. I thought this sounded like a good place to start.
I've tried phone calls. I've even tried standing in front of the studio in my drawers. I can't get a job in radio to save my life. As a radio superman, I was just curious if you could advise old country boy how to get into radio.
No.
Okay.
Hold on. Yes, Mike?
Hey, Russ, I got ALL for you.
All right.
It's acute lymphocytic leukemia.
All right, so her kid has cancer.
Exactly.
Oh.
Cancer of the blood.
Well, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Shook it over.
Thank you. Yeah, shook it over.
she won't.
Well, she can go back to full time.
Russ Martin, that's cold. Man. Yes. I have more. I knew it.
Go ahead, what else do you have?
Russ, I enjoy your show a great deal. I've always held my tongue about your racist overtones, but yesterday when you obviously said N and then the D word.
I've had enough of this stuff today. Go to the next one.
Okay.
She will. It'll free up her time.
Stop it. All right. I'm
still looking for music. Go ahead. What is this?
Looking for hot, hard porn? I've got a secret website that has super hardcore pictures and movies of me and all my friends. You'll find pure right there, with totally free pictures of me getting every which way. Best of all, the site is completely free. I really get off by showing guys my and when I get all over my I'd love to know that you're looking. Come and check it out for free.
You know what? I've been on sites before that they said if you press just a letter on the keyboard, like press the number P, and it would take you to another site. Have you ever seen that?
It's as soon as you said, I was trying to remember what they call it. It's oh God,
but it works.
Yeah, they're set up that way to because people will accidentally try to kill stuff, and so you can almost hit any key and it'll just start. It's almost like the same pop-up type thing, but it's to send you inside that side or sister side or something like that.
I've never done it. I was afraid to hit the keyboard. Let me take this. Hi, Brent.
Hey, man. Just want to let you know last night after you got off the air that Liz and Mickey started bagging on you hard, man, about the first 10 or 15 minutes. About
what?
About, the bit that you guys were recording Tuesday night and you jumped on Mickey about it?
Yeah.
Well, they were talking about that and how you throw your weight around the studio just because you go out with the PD to dinner like 2 or 3 nights a week. And, man, it was awful, dude.
Well, that's too bad. Because I actually said I liked them.
Yeah, I know. I thought you might ought to know that, bro.
That's okay. I looked at the ratings today.
Oh.
Yeah. Thanks, Brent. I do. I like them. Is the guy on line 8 pissed off? Hi, Brandon.
Hey, Russ. I just wanted to let you know, man, I'm a diehard Russ Martin fan from the bottom of my heart. But, buddy, that's pushing a little too far talking about little kids like that, man.
I didn't say anything. What did I say?
But come on now. We both.
What did I say?
Come on, man.
What did I
don't even want to repeat.
What did Big Daddy say?
I don't even want to repeat what you said because
that's because
I'm not gonna go that far.
You don't know what I said.
Yes, I do know.
What did I say?
That was cold-blooded, big time.
Sorry. Print it out for me. Send it to me.
I will.
I didn't say anything.
Not a word.
I wonder what she'll do.
About?
With her free time.
All right. Nothing. I'm not saying a word.
Go ahead.
This next email actually is about the cancer monument.
What cancer monument? Do we have time? We got a break?
We need to.
How long's the email?
It's a long one.
Let me see. Oh, no. You got a short one?
It's a request for an interview about the regarding the cancer monument. Well, I just thought because Bromley died of cancer, you might want to be considered with that. But okay.
Let me see it.
Didn't print very well.
They want money?
No, they want an on-air interview. They need so many thousand signatures to bring this monument to North Texas. It's a cancer monument.
What do I want a cancer monument for?
I don't know. Explain to me.
What's it, like some kind of statue with no legs?
No. No. You can donate it in someone's name.
Some kind of bust with a lumpy head?
No.
What is it?
Read it. Oh, I'll read it.
I don't want to read it. And why are they wasting stuff like that? Why don't you take the money they would take to tote that thing around and give that money to the Cancer Foundation, Cancer Fund, whatever that's called?
American Cancer Society.
Yeah. Well, here's the website, in case you'd like to read more about this. thecancermonument.org. There. happy?
Yes. Okay, that's a good thing.
All right, we'll be back. Does the monument make any noise?
No, I don't believe so. What noise would it make?
Wait.
No, it doesn't make it. God.
This is Russ Martin.
Have you looked at the video section of my website?
Not recently.
Because Chris over at VertBiz has been posting all the new video. Mm-hmm. You've seen the banner that it's like he's turned into a whore.
Well, does a lot of work for us. I guess he wants to be.
He gets enough plugs.
I know he does.
But if I'm reading this banner ad right, says you can get plug in the VertBiz broadband, $4.95 a year.
A year?
That's what it says.
Uh-oh.
How long before the banner comes off? I'd certainly jump all over that.
It's a great deal. I'm going to switch. That's a great deal.
I just want to sit here and see how long it takes.
Let's see here.
Somebody's got a swinging crank on their banner ad.
There it is. Plug in the VertBiz broadband backup, $4.95 a year. I'm signing up tonight. Switch me over.
All right, I don't have time to wait and see what he does. I'll watch it while you're doing the plugs.
Okay. For more information about the Russ Martin Show, to see all the video that you've missed or anything else, go to russmartin.com to get answers to any questions you may ever have about the Russ Martin Show, including audio clips and daily show rundowns. It's russmartin.info. That also gives you any links you may ever want to know. Instant email during the show is studio@russmartin.com. Other show sites, johndavidryan.com, eddieBoyd.com, danantasos.com, gaillightfoot.com. And let's see, limousine service provided by Ultimate Limousines. Contact George at limogeorge.com. Did we do anything else today? We didn't do Benjamin.
Russell Johnson.
RussellJohnson.tv. And everything else is at live1053.com.
It's still up. All right. Oh, Tim Powers. He helped us out with that Michael Jackson stuff.
The lawyer, timpowers.com.
All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
We'll see you.